And I like we talked about just a second ago before we start recording, the layout with the zooming in extra. I kind of like it.
It's like I'm on Fox News.
It really does make it feels professional and clean and crisp.
Yes.
And my non-setup green screen, it really does bring that nice professional feel.
Yeah. I like how it's. I like how it said actual quality, higher quality is being recorded.
Yes,
Because I always worry about that.
It's recording and downloading in 4K.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Maybe I'll make the switch, but a lot of people don't use Riverside, but all I had to do was follow the link.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And I pay for it. It doesn't come out of you guys. There's no issues.
Sweet.
Yep. And, well, no, it's like $15 a month. I canceled my Zoom and it paid for itself.
Yeah, that is what I pay for Zoom.
There you go. And this helps you with AI, helps you with the generating shorts and stuff.
Oh, really?
It's I'll look at Monday Morning Muscle. All that stuff is through Riverside. It's just a few clicks.
Monday Morning Muscle has to be my absolute favorite podcast. Everyone should go check it out immediately. With Tony Overton.
Tell the audience why.
I just subscribed to Monday Morning Muscle, and I am excited to watch all the videos.
It's co-hosted with John Songro and Tony Overton, who's placed top 10 at the Olympia before.
That's awesome. Tony Overton has to be one of my favorite bodybuilders. And Sanj has to be one of the coolest dudes. He's literally an army man. He's literally
exactly
out there saving our lives every day, risking his life.
Man, yeah, was an hour and a half late for this podcast. Saving lives.
Just a half hour. Oh, no.
Yeah. But
Josh, you were building a hospital for orphan children.
Amputee orphan
exactly.
foreign children.
And I mean, to be on this podcast and to also just provide us with the Tony Overton, with the Monday Morning Muscle, it's a privilege to even be in your presence.
Yeah. I do what I can. I try to be as selfless and try to give to the the smaller people out there.
The amputee children.
But we do have our own Joe Rogan type of character, our Lord and Savior, Mark's Max Muscle here.
Except my bricks are not real.
True.
And my sport was also not real.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So I'm very fake.
I mean, it's we've talked about this before. It's real. It's just scripted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the injuries are real.
It's tough.
What injuries?
That's athleticism.
Mostly in the head.
True. Or you get tear the double quad tear with Vince.
Oh my God! I was watching that.
Yeah, I was watching an old Joe Rogan, and they were showing the video of it. I'm like, oh God!
What I thought he did was bang both of his knees.
That's
on
what
the
I thought.
ring
Yeah.
Going up, but his quads tore.
Yeah.
He was sitting down backstage on a monitor because he does all the talking for the guys. Like he tells them, "Don't you say that," or "Hurry this matchup," or something like that, right? He
really?
Sit there, and he was sitting for the whole pay-per-view. His legs were numb. And he ran out there. He just got up and ran out there, and his legs just weren't used to that big surge.
Mm-hmm.
And when he walks out like he's Mr. McMahon, right?
That crazy shuffle.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
Yeah.
I saw Ric Flair have a heart attack the other day on my Instagram Reels.
No, he didn't really.
No, not recently. This is on stage. This is on.
Oh, I was like, what?
Oh.
At his age, that's actually risky.
No, this is on stage.
In the ring, like wrestling?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Was he old?
He was older. I don't know if it was a real
He
heart
looked
attack.
old when he was 30.
He's always
old
been,
for 40 years.
Sun cancer ridden. He's red, he's bleached hair.
That's kind of true with Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
Hulk
he
Hogan was
quick.
in his 20s. He was in his 20s in that Rocky movie.
It's that testosterone.
No.
We all thought he was like 40 years old when we were kids. And our dads all told us, he's only like this old. And no, he's not. When he fought The Rock at WrestleMania, when he came back, he was old.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even 50. He was only 48. Yeah, he's not that old.
Wow.
He's like my dad.
Aged like...
Well,
I don't know, what's the opposite of fine wine?
He's got a great big head. He looked like
spoiled milk.
Oh, spoiled milk. Aged like spoiled milk.
Wow, man.
He went a little too long.
Yeah.
I think you got to get out while you still can.
Exactly. You always say that. You always say that. You have the best advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What
Hey.
advice would you give to me?
Get into something so you can have something to quit.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, if you're young, you can get away with it. Like we were talking on EP09s, I used to do the weighted chins. Love weighted chins. But my joints and stuff, I say, no, I'll do all the pull-ups I can, but that extra weight I think is harder on the joints than doing an extra few pull-ups.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't deadlift as much or squat as much. And just do some extra reps, you know what I mean?
Mm. I'm for it.
I forgot we did the podcast the other night with Kinson. I completely forgot about that. I didn't know if that was you that was on there with me. But yeah, what a guy.
Lagging
I'm
Mark.
glad
You called me Lagging Mark.
I'm glad you guys brought me on because I could provide some, true analysis. And Josh saw that it was so important to anyone's podcast. He was like, I want the best in the business.
Yeah.
Can you please come on my podcast?
The
And I
rising
said,
star, you know?
Exactly. And I said, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Good name, too, Dylan. Like on Predator.
Yeah,
Like
spelled
Dylan.
differently. Spelled differently. Yeah.
You
I
son
like
of a...
when he gets his arm blown off and it's still shooting.
When he goes and he has the iconic handshake at the start.
Oh,
Yes, of course.
That's
of course.
Dylan.
Dylan.
Carl Weathers.
What's the matter? Or he says, what is this effing tie business? Forget my tie, man. The CIA got you pushing too many pencils.
Yeah. I love that movie.
That's when he beats him. He's like, what's the matter, Dylan? The CIA
What's your
got you
guys'
pushing
favorite
too many
Arnold movie?
pencils. I have a few.
Well, you're wearing the Terminator shirt. I don't know if you'd say
I like Terminator 2. This is Terminator 1, though.
Terminator 2 is objectively the best one. I don't know if you disagree, anyone on this podcast, but it's objectively the best one. And I try to tell my dad this. And
You'll
he's
have
always
people
like,
that'll disagree just to disagree. But
he's
they're
always like,
wrong.
well,
They know
the
they're
first one created it all. I was like, yes, and the second one was literally made to improve upon everything. That's
Exactly.
why we have them in the first place. Some don't, but that one did.
Part 2, yeah. Part 2s generally do not do as good.
That one. I think my favorite Arnold movie though is not Pulp Fiction. What is it? Total Recall.
You ever see Twins?
No, I don't. No, I haven't
Hey,
seen. I haven't
that's a good movie with Danny DeVito and
Yes.
Arnold. That's a
I
really
think
good
Kindergarten
movie.
Cop is really good for another one of the comedy.
It's
kind
not
of things.
bad. It's not bad, but it's no
I
Twin.
think it's you're probably right.
You know,
Danny
you know
DeVito's
the
pretty
you know the blonde in Twins that he gets together with.
funny. No.
You don't remember the movie?
Hold up, Sanch.
Yeah,
He's
pull. Jamie, can you pull that up?
It's
Hold up,
actually
Dave.
you mentioned Pulp Fiction, right?
Yes.
That is John Travolta's wife.
Oh.
John Travolta's in Pulp Fiction, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the girl on Twins was John Travolta's wife. I tell you no lies.
Well,
Well, sometimes
I-
I do, but
maybe I'll have to watch this that way I can retroactively be like, oh wow, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because I really haven't seen it.
You guys will appreciate my search.
I thought John Travolta's wife.
she has
was dead.
She has left us since, I believe.
That's what.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I believe she has passed on. She died
This one?
very young.
Well, that was
Not-
Scientology, was it not?
Not to make this
Morbid.
a sad video or anything like that. But no, I don't know what happened to her.
You were going to find out. Someone in the audience knows, and they're like, "He died. You terrible. She died. You terrible person. Get with it. How do you not know? She died in a
You're telling me she
grisly
wasn't hot,
death.
though? I mean, come on.
Mid.
Mid.
Shark attack. Shark attack.
Shark attack.
They happen a lot. Shark attacks happen a lot.
Shark attacks do not happen. Attacks
Really?
do. Deaths don't.
Really? You want to bet?
Shark attacks do not happen that often. Well, what is often?
Yes,
to
they do. Yes, they do. It's a big misconception. The numbers are skewed. If a body rolls up on the beach, all mangled up, obvious a shark ate it. You know what they say? Cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest. We
Really?
know a shark ate them. They don't want to panic people. They say, oh, if they accidentally ate a guy on a thing because they thought it was a seal. Sharks can smell any little thing. They know exactly what they're going to eat. They know if they kill a person, the seals, right? The seals go into the water. They know if the people are around, the seals go. So they can't hunt.
You're telling me the government would change numbers to fit a narrative?
Yes. Oh,
what?
As far as shark attacks are concerned,
that's the conspiracy. The sharks
no
are
conspiracy.
running the government.
They say, oh, he died in the water and a shark ate him.
Okay, well, what is often? What is often? Like every 20 people that goes to the beach dies? I don't...
They don't want to panic people like on Jaws.
Okay, like often to me is anything more than like 1 in a few thousand.
All the time.
Because there are millions of people that head to beaches every year. Billions, maybe. Maybe. You know, like, people live along coasts. It's a very thing. Like, people are on beaches. So, you know, I would say there may be a couple billion that are just on a beach.
Billion?
Yes, they have the potential for shark attacks. There are so many people along coasts around the world. Yes. Billions. Not like 5 billion.
14
like,
deaths a year.
Oh, please!
That's what I'm saying. You cannot rely on this stat.
Pull up the real numbers. We don't need...
There's... Oh, what happened to Sanch?
Looks like we'll have to host the podcast ourselves. I like how his screen is still up, though.
The video.
Josh, if you can hear us, type a message so we can hear it.
The video momentum just died.
It always does.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The momentum just died when Sanch left.
I feel like it's still picking up.
Oh, you do. No, you cannot rely on this. No.
Okay, the government just doesn't want to panic people about shark attacks?
Yes.
So what? For what? What's the end goal? For tourism? Or
many
no
reasons.
Panic?
Many
reasons. Like to hide the shark people that are in power.
Maybe they're going to evolve and start walking around like we did. I don't know. But they don't.
True.
They don't want to panic people.
That's an awful reason. The government wants people to panic.
Well, they don't want people.
So they can.
They don't want people going out there waging war against the sharks, starting to kill all the sharks. And
well, I mean, they only kill 14 people a year. I think those people.
That's your number that you're gonna get.
Okay, what could possibly
you wrap that up like a nice little blanket, and you can go to bed with that.
Multiply it by 100. That's still
I
not
know
that
the
many.
truth.
I know the truth. Multiply it by 100. 14. What is that? 1,400 people a year?
See how many people died of cardiac arrest on the beach. How many people were washed up on the beach.
It's hot out there. How do we know this is not like a heat stroke involved thing?
I've had heat stroke. It's nothing to laugh about.
How do we know that this is not something else? Why does it have to be shark attacks?
Because they attack people because they know what they're doing. Once the
they
people
can smell
are in
the
the water,
cardiac arrest.
Once the people are in the water, the seals leave, and they know. They're like, oh, these buggers again. So they go kill a person, and they know all the people will leave for a few weeks. And then they're like, yoo-hoo, seal hunting.
Oh, so you think they are manipulating the food chain on a level only seen in humans? That makes perfect sense to me. I'm on your side.
You have no idea
I'm
how
on your side now.
smart a shark can be.
Apparently not. You're right. In fact, they've infiltrated the government and are now changing the numbers to benefit their own narrative. It's insane. You've blown the doors right off of this story.
I've wrote numbers down.
The number of shark deaths I've counted personally.
Mangled corpses. Cardiac arrest.
So you're like on the beach with a fedora and a trench coat, and you're like, cardiac arrest my ass.
How do you know I'm not merman? I got the long hair.
True. Maybe you're like a rogue shark.
I got a long nose.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Josh, are you still alive?
Yeah.
He's just enjoying the show.
Good.
Yeah, just talking about sharks.
You guys watch Shark Week?
When is that, in June?
Yeah, summer. It's a conspiracy.
Why is that?
It's in summer.
Oh, they should have it in the winter where no one cares.
You can swim in the winter, can't you, down
San Diego.
You can swim anytime.
Houston.
San Diego?
San Diego.
That's where Jesse Ventura is from, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. And now
California, right? San Diego, California?
Josh, where did you live in California?
Just outside San Francisco.
Oh,
Kinda
gross.
San
between
Fran.
Oakland and San Jose.
It's where they grow the
Gross.
rice. San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Do you pull the baddies in uniform?
I guess. Yeah, my girlfriend likes me
Okay.
in uniform, so.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I have a girlfriend now. So that's new.
oh.
Yes.
Mark,
Cute.
do you have a girlfriend?
For how many years?
She's at this point, she's a wife.
Oh,
Yeah, 13 years, 14 years.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
oh, I didn't realize you were married for that long.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty wild.
same girl. Yeah,
I think I saw her in the stream once. She was
Same
fixing
girl.
something.
what's that?
I think I saw your wife once. She had to like reach
Yeah.
into the stream once, and I was like, "Oh, she's alive."
It's a Zoom background that he has, right? And she'll come in, but it's only in the background, and it's actually him dressed up as somebody else. This is all a farce to make Mark more likable.
You are a huge tinfoil hat guy.
No, you'd be more likable
That's your
single.
wife.
You're more likable single as a YouTuber.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
because all the subscribers are sad, lonely men. And they
That's who
wanna
we
raise
appeal
you.
to. That's who we all
Well, I
appeal
think if
to.
you're going to be a bodybuilder, you're better off being single.
For the
Because
most
you
part.
know you're
Unless
doing
you're
the
like,
gear,
John
you get a
Jewett,
one-way
married to a
track
bodybuilder.
mind. You're
What does
for
that
an
mean?
older guy that's been with the same woman for a long time. That's fine, but not in a brand new relationship. And
I
stuff
would
like
say,
that.
yeah, for bodybuilding, you either need to have someone that's already been like, I don't want to say grandfathered into the system. That sounds a little incestual, but I mean someone that's that's been with you for a while, and then you start picking it up, or
Yeah.
or you just not in it. Because
Yeah,
if you're in
especially
the
if they don't
dating,
understand bodybuilding.
if you're in the
you're in
dating
a
game
bad
trying
mood
to
or
do,
something.
it doesn't jive. Not that I'm speaking from personal experience, because I both have no hose and also am not a bodybuilder. But I've heard. So I've heard.
Well, I have no hose. I play with the idea of being a bodybuilder.
I play with I fantasize about what it would be like to be in a loving relationship and to have lots of muscles. Both. I can't decide which one I want more. I'll tell you what.
Well, one is completely within your choose, and the other one takes a little bit of
Yeah,
finagling.
yeah. At least try to get the muscles until you find.
Sometimes the muscles help with the ladies.
Yes.
I don't.
Especially
First
if
you
got
get the
those
muscles,
calves that you can
then you get the
move up and
women.
down. Chicks dig it. That's what I hear.
Mark, where did you meet your wife? He's zinning. What is he?
Let me take my
Whoa.
calcium and then I'll get right with you.
I don't
Oh.
think they have Zins out in the
Out in
the
Canada,
way
no.
up north.
Trudeau outlawed them.
There's an interesting story about that. I met my wife in a wrestling ring.
She was your opponent? Like what?
I do that.
She went to train because when I was leaving, it was like all guys, and then the women wrestling started like big time,
okay.
and we were training all these girls, and my wife was one of them.
That's wild.
She
That is so. What are the odds? I guess technically high and low at the same time.
she tried to pick me up or whatever, and my boss, he wrestles too, and I'm not a stud, that's for sure. I do okay, but I had done this before with the other girl, one of the other girls,
Oh,
and my boss was like, you can't do that, you know what I mean? Because she left. It was a big breakup, and she left because I still wrestled, right?
oh,
And,
okay.
and he's like, you're doing it again. And I was like, I told him, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll stay with her this time.
Oh,
And I'm
hard.
still with her. I was true to my word because I told him I would stay.
That's actually pretty wild. Because the reason I said it, the odds are both high and low at the same time. What are the odds that you meet someone via wrestling? Because the pool is so small. Like out of any niche hobby like that, and especially people that want to do it. I don't want to say competitively, but like at a higher level. It's not something like you can't just go to a bar and drink. Like so many people drink, but not too many people wrestle, let alone in front of people. But then also once you do get in that position, are the odds high? I don't know.
She never actually got as far to actually wrestle. wrestle.
What if you found out she was stalking you for 2 years and that was her way in?
I hope not. She was only 19.
Bruh.
Yo. Oh. So, did you guys have a destination wedding?
When we can afford
Out
it,
in the
we'll get
woods.
married, I guess. Oh, a destination. I thought you meant like a...
No, I want my wedding like at Raising Cane's.
Classy.
It is.
No, it won't be far from where we're at. Our families and stuff are all around.
Oh, you're not married?
No.
At this point, it is, but no.
Yeah, we're... Whatever.
Is common law a thing where you live?
Legally,
Well, yeah.
Probably.
Well, yeah.
Are you
We
pulling
don't...
my
We
leg?
just...
I thought you were legitimately married.
We've lived together for
For all
13
intents and
years.
purposes, you are, but like, not
Yeah.
like in my eyes, I don't think most guys, unfortunately, at this day and age, I don't think most guys should get married. I'll say that.
Well, to me, it's a government thing, and it's like, why? What business is it of the government?
Exactly.
Like, not to badmouth Brother Derek or any like religious people, but me and her are both like strongly against organized religion. Her older people family are, so they'd be like, "Oh, you should go to a church," and I just sooner not talk to them about my views. Right.
A bit
So
of
there's that side of it too.
a Satan anarchist is what they call it.
No, see, to be a religious person, you'd have to be that religious person to believe in Satan and fear Satan, right? So
Yeah, agnostic.
I believe in good forces and bad forces.
I'm a good force.
You're okay.
That's what they call
You're
it back in high
okay.
school.
You're the fourth.
They said, you know, Hudson, you're a good force. And I said, thanks.
Hudson. I thought your name was
That's my-
Dylan.
No, my last
Full
name's
name's
Hudson.
out there now.
It has been before, but
Oh, okay, my bad.
Your last name's Hudson?
Breaking it here.
yeah, we've been through this. It was on one of my things. I mean,
Yes. And my last name's kind of like that.
it's Hodgson, Hodgson, Hodgson.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got a good photographic memory.
Exactly. That's why whenever you're like, this guy competed at this show, and then I say, no, that didn't happen, Mark. That's why I'm always right. Because I remember it perfectly. I don't have to scrawl on my notebook. Can I have that notebook? You should leave that notebook to me in your will.
You should argue with Bob.
Honestly,
Neither of you guys are ever wrong.
well, that's true. That's true.
Bob is never wrong.
Well,
Hey,
Old Bobby boy.
here's something funny. My little book.
yeah.
You got your Andrew Jacks and your Beirut's to Bannies. I believe, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is you're supposed to write your wedding notes.
Wedding notes. All right.
Jewelers, you're supposed to write your wedding invitations and notes in here.
So you've been looking at weddings. Is that where you got
Started
it?
with weddings.
Hey,
and then
I bought her a ring. That's why they gave us this.
Oh, that counts.
Oh.
Hey, I'll dish out some cash. She wants some bling
Not
bling,
cheap.
huh?
He just want to pay the preacher.
No.
Hey, I understand that. Yes, you should leave your notebooks to me in your will.
Nah, you should do as a giveaway. Redact some of those.
No. Redacted. He actually did have Kai Green beating Hottie Chupin. I don't know.
You don't think he would? Did I have
Kai Green
would?
would 100% beat Hottie Chupin in 2012. 2012 Kai Green is so incredible. And I love Hottie Chupin.
Did I have Kai winning, or did I have Hattie winning?
I didn't watch it because I wanted to do it myself, and I usually don't watch things that I want to do myself until like I'm at the end and I compare results, and sometimes I make a note of it in my own video, sometimes not. You never responded to how, yo, that's Kai Green.
I've been. I'm a huge fan of Kai, and I've been.
He's
trying
going to be on
find
the-
his old apparel to buy hoodies, and there's nothing on the market.
I heard he's going to be on the Monday morning podcast.
Really?
I don't
Monday
know.
Morning Muscle?
I asked him in person, and he directed me to a manager, his handler. So
That's rough.
I did
Respectfully,
get an autographed magazine though, so I'm happy.
did you have to pay for it, or was it
No, it's
just courtesy? Okay.
Yeah, he was like leaving the LA Fit Expo last year, and unfortunately, I didn't have a really thick marker. I had a little cheap, thin one, so the autographs looked like crap. But
And then you went out in the rain, and then you looked down, and it was running.
all in
That sucks, man.
airtight
Yeah.
folders in my backpack. I
Yeah.
brought them with me to the expo. I had a whole backpack full of magazines. Yep, got Jay,
Yeah.
got Phil, got so many people.
Got them all assigned the covers, eh?
Yep. So
I've
once
never met any of these
once I move
bodybuilders in
back
person.
home, I'll get my wall set up again with all the magazines.
I think that would look
Yeah.
nice.
I've never
It
met
looked
any
good originally,
famous
it's just-
bodybuilders either.
Say again?
Yeah. What?
Mark?
Oh, he was just saying he never met any of those, and I said I never met any famous bodybuilders either.
Whenever I feel bad about it, I have Mark do his Jay Cutler impression. It really brightens my day.
It's no big deal.
Big.
I used to buy a whole cow at a time. Every single motivational video I see of Jay Cutler is him saying that. You know, I used to buy a whole cow at a time.
I needed to buy all that meat. I wanted to eat
And it's the same things. Because, you know, there isn't any more material. Like, these guys, all their DVDs are 10 years old at this point, coming up on 20 years old, depending on... So it's like... It's, all the motivational videos, you know, they're all the same things, just in different order.
Yeah.
I
There
love
was only
them,
so much. There was only so much stuff. Like I had an old DVD of the Incredible Hulk, the old TV show, and on that DVD was a documentary called Standing Tall or Stand Tall.
Yep.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Me and my
heard of that.
friends watched that thing a billion times. Billion. We watched it over and over because there was nothing else. The Olympia was never shown on TV or anything like that. You had to rely on like magazines, or I had a big encyclopedia, the old Arnold encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you'd find out who won the Olympia a few weeks later or something like that. I don't remember pay-per-view.
Did you ever
so-
call in on one of the hotlines? I remember you used to be able to, like, I think Ron Harris was telling me that. Ron Harris was like, you used to be able to call somebody and they would tell you the results.
No, not that type of hotline.
Oh, not that line.
Hot single. here. What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
That's so crazy how, like, that whole commercial has lore now. Like, I think it has a lot to do with our own meme culture and how we, like, really, it's something so simple, but something, it's, you know, just post irony. I was thinking about this at the gym the other day, you know, like in comedy and like literature, it's like, it's like pre-irony or like irony, post-irony. And like, we're basically like in this period that's like post-irony. It's like we say things that are, it's like a loop, you know, that aren't meant to be funny. Well, that are meant to be funny, but then aren't meant to be funny, but then actually end up being funny because of the whole circular motion. It's just, you know, like modern brain rot in a nutshell. It's very hard to explain. Like,
Love brain rot.
like as a 21-year-old, like trying to explain to my dad what it is, like I can't. Like I don't, like I don't know.
So
like,
is this your bit? Is this is funny?
No, I'm simply explaining it. Like I'm not doing a very good job, but it's like it is like something that's not supposed to be funny. That's funny. That's not actually funny, but ends up being funny because of the way it's explained.
I think funny words are funny. Like when you said rot, that's hilarious.
I think rot's a good one. but
Cucamonga.
I don't know if you've seen like memes. They'll be in a reel, and underneath the comments will literally just be people repeating what was said in the reel. And to me, that's hilarious. Like, it's literally just repeating the same joke I literally heard 10 seconds ago. But seeing it in the comments in written form is even more funny. I can't really explain that for them.
Scroll down and you'll see big.
Or
That's true.
Or
Yes.
you'll say fermented like spoiled milk.
That's true.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
That's a good quote.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it'll have my face and it'll say, "Old Bobby boy."
Do you have a favorite?
Oh,
brain
I've seen your
rot?
comment. That was hilarious, Sanchi.
I don't play
Yeah,
punches with Bob.
Bob is a sad man or something like that.
I saw that. I was like, damn.
I wasn't even going to entertain it because, like, why?
There's no point.
Am I going to say that wasn't in your prime, Bob? If you watch the video, you'd actually hear me say at one point
He doesn't
that
want to
it's
be
not your prime.
explained to. He's made up his
And
mind.
he'd come back with something like, "Yeah, well," he'd make himself right. He doesn't
Exactly.
want to be. He doesn't want to be wrong. He's like a 12-year-old kid that needs to be right in arguments, and it's like, okay, Bob, let's hear your comeback from this. People don't like you.
And why is that? You guys are older than me.
Why don't they like you?
You guys been in bodybuilding longer. Where did the hate for Bob start? Because I know he's like the athlete's rep and has never done.
Because he's
anything.
not that nice of a guy, and he comes
Okay,
off
yeah.
as a pompous, arrogant person. Like, to me, Jay Cutler, he looked like he was that way. Like, back in the day, we didn't, like I said, there was nothing about these guys. You've seen them on stage for 5 minutes. That's it. And I was like, look at this guy. He thinks
but
he's
Jay's
something
actually really
special.
humble.
He's awesome. That's what I'm saying. Thing. But pompous, he's not. He's just like Sean Ray. Sean Ray's a legend. He gets away with saying things. But Bob, he's pompous too. And he's not allowed to get away with it. Won't get away with this, Bob.
There wasn't like an incident or anything
That's a
specifically.
slow pompousness, and he was against the
The union.
people, the unions and all, not the union, but the people that run the show, the
Promoters?
the people that the head honchos.
The league?
I see.
League.
The main,
He was against him, and Sean Ray were like against the league or whatever.
Oh,
And
I
then-
saw. I see that.
2000s they were.
And then they offer him a job, and now he's for the league because they offer
Okay,
him a
yeah,
job.
that
So
was
he's
my
like,
observation as a newcomer to the whole Bob drama. That's exactly what I get from that. That he's kind of a suck up, like
Yes,
athlete.
of course he is. The only reason he said anything about Phil Clark is because he mentioned his little buddy Tyler Mannion.
No. And then
Don't
Bob-
you dare mention
Oh.
anything about the Mannions.
It did seem odd to me why Bob was
The
included.
only reason. It's the
Like-
only
like-
He's
reason.
the talking piece for the pro league.
Yeah.
Even though
Got
he
it.
says that
He feels that the-
paid by the Manions.
Yeah,
Got
he
it.
feels that this guy will get his feelings hurt, so I'll go set the record straight.
Well, he's representing the athletes, and by athletes, it's
just
Tyler
a title
Mannion.
man. Like in the early 2000s, he did some cool stuff. I'm not going to take that away from him, but as of late, ever since Terrence Ruffin kind of brought it to attention, like 4 years ago, I haven't seen him do much.
And what was that? What was that drama with him and Terrence? I think I vaguely remember that.
Terrence just kind of made a conversation saying like, "Hey, like someone needs to be out here advocating." It was all with the height and weight for classic physique.
Right.
That was a huge issue of, we need to have one standard, and Terrence, is one of at the time and still is one of the top classic competitors. So he kind of took the guide on. He took the flag, and he ran with it, saying, "Hey, like we need to have advocates in the divisions to advocate for those divisions." Now, what I did and what I talked about, and I had Bob Lazan on from Fuad's show, we talked about we should have an athlete rep for each division so that each
Yes.
division is represented appropriately and equitably. Words are hard. So I still stand by that. But from what I've seen from my 300 meters out, is Bob has not done much in the 2010s or 2020s
Yeah.
for athletes.
He's too much of a company man.
Exactly. It's very hard to argue with the private
he
company of the people. You're representing the employees of a private company while simultaneously working for the private company. Like, how could you possibly represent anyone's best interest but the people that employ you?
It has to be an athlete that competed in around the same time, because he has no idea what it's like to compete nowadays.
No.
It's a different time. We need to get
show
a
up and
guy
show.
that competed in the last little while.
Decade.
Yeah. Well, plus he's getting old, He's going to get, how old people get, and he's going to start running his mouth.
Yep.
He's going to tick off the wrong
he's a big
guy.
boy,
Phil
like-
Clark, he told him he was a boxer. mean, what are we talking about? Punching each other in the picture? Nobody's going to be punching each other, Bob. He's going to be.
That makes a whole
you.
lot of sense to me, though. Like, I was like, why is Bob? What is his role here? Like, how is he involved in this? Like, Phil had
a mention of the name Tyler.
Yeah, you're right. Phil had beef with the IFBB and the judges.
Right.
Where in that includes Bob, but it's actually just an extension of what Phil's point B was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil was letting off some steam.
Yeah. And
The guy's retired.
Yeah.
I mean, agree or disagree with him.
And he shares the opinions of what the league is looking for, and if you contradict that, if you go against that, then they get their yelling dog, Bob Cicherillo, and he comes out and yells at you.
You love Bob Cicherillo.
One time, I literally...
He's a phenomenal guy.
Well, I know Mark insanely loves Bob. Like, I've seen him.
My father, and he said, I don't know this guy. He doesn't know me. I'm your son, Bob.
He doesn't know. That's heartless.
And you owe back alimony. I still want my graduation presents and 43 years of
Alimony is such a joke. What? Alimony.
Bob's got it. He's got Celsius money all over the place.
That's true. Have you ever watched one of Bob's videos?
He pretends to drink it. You ever notice that? He's not even drinking. He's like,
it's like sponsored by Celsius, Panada, whatever it is, Pro Gym or whatever, the clothing and whatever. It's like his videos are all ads first. It's insane.
Yeah. For about 20 minutes before you get into anything. And then Sean Ray, if he's there, he gives
Sean
Ray says, "Oh, I got this website. You go learn how to train. Blah blah blah. I'm no guru, but I can tell you one thing. Blah blah blah."
It's a 25-minute video, and at minute 24, he's like, "All right, everybody," and here's Sean Ray, and Sean Ray's like, "Man, you guys, back in my day, it used to be about this. Insert whatever point there is, and then that's it. That's it. That's the show. It's wrapped up in 25 minutes."
Oh man, that sounds rough to watch.
I remember he was advocating, and I did happen to agree with the point Bob was making about the women's athletes and not getting paid. He was basically saying, point blank, you guys are not drawing the money in. But it just seemed disingenuous to me as the athletes rep. It's just like, you're just taking that answer for granted, basically. Like, you're not going to try to do anything else here? Like,
he started the bikini division,
I'm
right?
not going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Or I'm not even going to ask Tyler Mannion about it. I'm just going to, this is my opinion. Like
Maybe I'll bring it up to him over dinner tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, that's just like if someone brings up a concern and you just give them whatever answer you have instead of pushing it up the chain of command. Like, do your job and relay the information, and then let the higher ups make the decision. Don't let old Bobby Boy make the decision. Yet here we are making more videos about Bobby Boy.
I haven't watched the
fun. He is fun to talk about, I will tell you that. And he's funny too. Do you guys notice halfway through the videos, his eyes start bugging out and start separating, starting going cross-eyed. He starts looking one way or the other. Looks like a big alien.
He's mad. He's fuming because of people like you making videos that are disingenuous.
Yeah, I think he gave me a dig because I called him a bad word. Well, I don't know if Sans wants me to swear on the video.
Bad words? No.
It was just a bad word for bum. A pompous.
Oh, yeah. No. Got it.
Loser?
No.
At $dollar.
He's not a loser. He's got a good job and stuff.
That doesn't make you a winner.
No. He wins a lot of arguments.
That's because people give up.
Can't lose.
He does his homework. He goes and he studies it all. I'm going to get him with this. I'm going to hit him with this. I'm going to hit him with that. I hope he doesn't hit me with this. He has.
What did he do? Put his notes on the Celsius can? I've never seen. He does always have notes. Conveniently, he always has notes.
Tags stuck all over the place.
He has a whole whiteboard in the back.
His slides.
Did you guys watch the Muscle Discord video yet? The interview?
Yes. And that's why I was saying.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it too much. I'm going to watch it. But was it good? Was it worth the reaction?
It was okay.
I watched the intro, and I know like Matt puts the spiciest things on the
I
intro.
fast forward through that. If I'm going to watch the whole thing anyway.
Yeah. It's a lot. I thought it was going to be like a 20-minute interview. They went on for an hour.
I listened to it. I just listened to it.
I'm gonna watch it.
A lot of it's. Well, like I said, he mentioned me, but that was just a split second of the video, so it doesn't ruin the video. He just said he's using me in my prime. That's not my prime. That's all he said. I posted a picture on my Instagram of me in my prime.
Wasn't impressed.
Hey, he's got a good shot.
I mean, but something like that. I mean, imagine if Matt from Muscle Discord did just say, "Yeah, I wasn't impressed." Something like that would just destroy someone like that. You know how it is. It's.
No, he said he put it.
Tier bodybuilder, you know.
He put that up. He said I'll put that up against anybody. He said.
Like all the people he lost to.
Oh no!
Oh, he was just.
Oh no!
I don't want to ruin it too much
At,
because
like San Francisco, he placed like 3rd or 4th.
That put him in the thumbnail. I guarantee he comes crawling, Josh.
absolutely he will, and that's what's so petty about him.
Do it, Josh. Do it.
Separates him. That's what separates him from a true legend. These guys shouldn't go comment on these videos.
Well, Bob's not a legend. He never even won a pro show. Like he's just a
Mark, is that true?
Didn't he win the Masters?
wow.
Oh no, Josh has something to say about that. You hear that, Bob
He
Cicherillo?
didn't win any open
says,
shows.
Oh,
He
Bob's
says
just
Ma-
rubbing his hands like, at least old
he
Mark
says
tells the
Masters
truth.
is
I'm your
fake.
son, Bob. I'm your son.
He says Masters is fake, and you should be ashamed of yourself for even entering that instead of an open show like a man. That's exactly
only-
what Josh just said.
He was only 40, I think. When he
Well,
competed.
now the Master shows are 35,
He
which is
took
ridiculous.
he took the low road then, doing Masters as a 40-year-old. That's a little
He
embarrassing,
competed
Bob.
for a long. I think he started.
Josh,
the year I was
please.
born. The year I was born, he started competing. That's how long he's been competing.
65?
I wasn't born in '65.
Oh,
Math is
77.
81.
Oh,
You know what's 81? You said it. You said it before.
I don't think I did.
Yes, you
photographic
did.
memory.
Randomly in one of your videos. I thought you had your photographic memory.
I
You
didn't
said,
know
"Oh,
where you were born. I didn't know that piece
You
of
said,
information
"Okay there,
was never in
Mr.
my dome.
Cracks are showing.
You said, okay there, Mr. 1981 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, he
Josh,
got it right.
Josh, you're on thin ice. I'll call Bob right now, and I'll put up the bat signal. It'll be someone
Bob.
insulted Bob.
You're gonna
Bob's
leak
big
the link
silhouette.
to Bob.
The chin, the crimson chin.
He does look like Stan Smith from...
Oh, I wish I had
American
Bob's
Dad.
jawline.
Oh, I wish I had his voice. Oh,
Yeah.
I might be getting hired to do a gig next weekend, an NPC show.
Is
I'm
Bob
very
Cicherillo going to be there?
No, it's not that close to. It is on the East Coast, so I hope he's not there. That'd be.
I heard you're on
I bumped into him before.
the internet making fun of me there, Sanch. Yo, you bumped into him?
What's going on here, fella? You want to interview me?
Who else has an interesting voice in the? Oh
Sid.
man,
Sid
Sid.
Baruki should take
Sid.
his job.
you know,
He's a nice
Mark.
guy, too.
Mark knows
Sid's
who I
phenomenal.
hate.
He knows me by name.
Tarek.
Tarek Elguinde?
Oh my,
Sure.
Tamer, Tarek, and Tamer. Oh my god,
I do like Tarek.
Yeah, but they're so busy with muscle contests. I don't think they really have time.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
they're
watch a
MC.
single one of their shows. They're screaming.
Yeah, it's the other guy that screams. Isn't it the other guy that screams?
Tamer. Both of them do. But Tarek's
Which
just
one does
loud.
the Olympia TV?
That's Tarek.
Tarek.
The one
And then
he's
Tamer-
always joking around with Chris
Tamer's a bit
Cormier.
older.
Yeah. Tamer's the one who does he does like all the backstage stuff for the Olympia, or he works his butt off.
He's always back there talking. He's all
He's
full
got-
Well,
of energy.
Bob does a lot too.
Like what?
He listed off what he did. He
He's the
started
athlete.
212.
He got
There and
Lee
reads
Priest-
cards.
He got Lee
got
Priest
reinstated.
reinstated.
Are
But
you
he said
kidding me?
Lee was lazy, like a little kid flicking his. Oh, I don't want to ruin the video for you.
Oh, spoilers!
Yeah.
I did
Lee-
watch that
And
part
when
because it was
that,
in the
like,
intro.
2010?
Oh, okay. Lee Priest was kicking his feet like a little kid.
Yeah,
he
when
said.
did he get instated? Reinstated?
Who, Lee? Probably like
Yeah.
2005 or something. 4.
It
So-
does.
20 years ago.
He got kicked out in like 2003, I think it was.
Why was he kicked out in the first place? For bringing up the union?
Running his mouth about steroids. I don't care. You don't have to. Well, I don't know when that video was. I think that video was put out in like the early 90s.
Or they were
Or
all
they are.
interviewed, but it was clearly obvious who everyone was. But Lee
They
was
blanked out their faces.
with Tom Platz as the interviewer.
Was Tom Platz the interviewer?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
But
Tom
Ronnie
Watts
Coleman
is-
was in it, and Lee Priest didn't care. He said, "I don't care. I'll say whatever."
Have you ever seen that interview with Nasser just kind of being a douche to the lady
course.
reporter?
It's
What's the
It's a
story?
rough
What's the
one to
story
watch.
behind that?
The place where he was from, it's their culture. They're not very respectful for women.
Based.
And basically, unless a woman was like being a super respectful to him, and if they're just giving him just a little bit of attitude or anything like that, he's gonna just be a dick.
Yep.
And that's what.
So
he was
it
just being.
wasn't-
And there was another woman telling him, and he's like, "Get these two women telling me what? Don't you dare tell me." Which is, I love Nasser's physique, but that's just a terrible
Yeah,
attitude. to have.
I always
But
see
it
people
is
in the
funny.
comments being a Nasser apologist when it comes to that. They're like, "Oh, they were being rude to him," like so on. But it seemed like he was a little non-compliant for an interview that he was obligated
I'm
to
not gonna
do.
answer that. It was wild.
Yeah, exactly.
He was
It's
making
just
it different, and people will cover for him. Oh, he was dieting. They were all dieting.
Yeah.
Lee Haney was always super respectful. You know, they did. He did punch Dorian in the face, though.
We didn't.
Yeah, he did. Dorian got a little rough with him out on stage. He hit him with his arm because
No, that's
one of the
false.
guys. What? No, it isn't. I watched it.
That you said punched him in the face.
Yeah, he did. Lee Haney punched him in the face later on because he did his victory pose and he. Woof.
Oh,
Boof.
this is the sensationalism Josh was talking about.
No, he did. He gave him a little
Little 1-2.
Mostly peaceful.
one. You guys never seen that?
No,
I made it.
It's
I made a
fake
video
news.
of it, but it was video footage, and it got a copyright claim on it.
On what? What was it? 5 seconds of footage? Like that's insane.
Yeah, they caught it.
From who?
It's there.
From who?
I don't know. I don't. When it's a claim, you're allowed to keep it up, but it's limited. But I get worried
that's
about that.
ridiculous.
If you get enough claims, I think they can demonetize you.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
just delete it.
Really? Yeah, I deleted
my
all of
Legion-
them.
All my Legion videos I delete.
That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. I will.
Every year.
I'm small. I'm a small channel. I'm small. Josh, you're just gonna clip that right there. I'm small.
I'm small.
I'm a small creator, but that it does. I've heard these horror stories. It freaks me out. Like to make content, which is under fair use. It is 100% under fair use, and you can just have your entire not just video taken away, but channel. Like that's insane for something that you have the legal right to do.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible. You people should be ashamed of yourselves.
Hey, that's your
Chris.
bosses you're talking to.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they're not going to see this.
Bob Chick's gonna copyright all my videos.
Hey, he could pull some strings.
honestly, I think that's why more people don't talk.
Yeah, it's a tough space. I mean, especially if you want to go to the shows. Like I've gotten press passes to the Olympia and the Arnold Classic, so it's
Yep.
it's
Which is very impressive.
I was very impressed when I got the Olympia one because I was like, okay, you've denied me from covering NPC shows
Yeah.
as press, but then you give me the Olympia.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like-
crazy.
And
Well, I
is
imagine they don't
Cali
let.
Pro I requested and I got denied, so it's like it's really weird. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of scary to be able to speak authentically and transparently about like my thoughts on things, but then also want to still grow the sport and advocate for athletes. It's like just finding that happy medium.
Yeah, if I ever got my channel taken down, I would make it my life's mission to ruin this sport for everybody else. Certainly the people that run it.
There's lots of people out there trying to discredit bodybuilding.
Yep.
I've been
I think
watching
bodybuilding's a
MMA a
great
lot
sport.
lately, like MMA stuff to get the physiques or whatever. And there's this one YouTuber. He says he's done MMA, whatever. He knows some stuff about MMA, and his videos are all discrediting bodybuilding. And they show these guys doing guest posings with masks on, and it's like, oh, these guys take steroids, and they couldn't keep their endurance to fight. And it's like basically saying an MMA
You
fighter.
say that
can
about any
beat these
sport,
guys.
yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm like, I wouldn't even comment. I wouldn't even indulge in commenting. And it's like, that's such a childish attitude. And they're talking about abusing their bodies. And I'm like, you go talk to Don Fry, you go talk to Tank Abbott, and these guys can't even carry a sentence because their brains are so bashed in, and they're talking about abusing their bodies.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Are you
take punches for a living?
Their brains are like Mark Coleman, all them old UFC guys that fought
Yeah.
for too long.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, I was gonna comment. I'm gonna set these people straight.
And they're like, get a load of this guy.
What's the point?
Yeah.
They're like, so
And
what's your
they're talking
record?
about how they're not that strong and stuff like that, and it's like they're lifting the weight to get the muscle, not to lift the weight. It's like they don't understand.
Willful ignorance on that, you know. I
Yeah.
think these people know better, but
Maybe.
yeah.
Some people
Probably just
don't.
trying to get sensationalism.
Some people are certainly very uneducated.
If you're totally
Just plain
uneducated on it, you'd see a great big giant guy and steroids. Oh, okay. It's just an
But
easy
people don't
answer.
know what that means, though, and like
Any kind of
yeah,
muscle.
like steroids. That
blank.
doesn't.
I've had people say I was on steroids when I was shredded, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. But
Well, you were. That's what you told me.
oh, was it? Oh, shoot.
I've been asked for it a lot, but I've never been accused of taking it. Because I've always had a lot of friends that have done it,
Okay.
and it's obvious. So I've had other friends contact me, and I'm just like, dude, are you eating 3 or 4 meals a day with this protein and all this and that? No. I'm like, okay. You're trying to get to the 5th step before you take 2 steps. Go get in shape. And then, but that's guys that I wrestled with and stuff like that. Good percentage of them actually were juicing.
Yeah.
Josh, besides the NBC show, what do you plan on going back to more shows in the future? Or?
I feel
Oh,
like
God.
every time I talk about it, I get excited, and then I'll start prep, and then something. I almost tore my other labrum, my other shoulder, my good one, 4 months ago when I was starting another prep, because I was like, I'm gonna get back on stage, and I was doing power cleans, not a really good bodybuilding movement.
Stick with the
Foolishness.
bodybuilding protocol.
I know. Yeah, I'm doing 30 minutes fasted cardio right now in the mornings, and I've got a coach right now, so we're doing a recomp, and we'll see. Yeah, I think we just need to get all the body fat off and just see what it looks like, and then we'll probably do an NPC show. Try to do like a Ben Weeder. I'd like to do like a pro-am, so that there's
Okay.
maybe like.
So if you turn pro, you can go. Well, turn pro, you can go to that pro show the next day.
Oh, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, for, as media for the pro side, do the amateur side as an athlete, and then when the pros go out, then I'm there as media. I have no illusion
same day?
that I'd become a pro. Hopefully not the same day, but if it lines up that way and the promoters willing to
You'd
work,
be hungry holding that microphone. You'd be eating the microphone.
And then
sitting
as
in a
media,
chair with the microphone, and the athletes would be sitting in chairs next to me.
You'd
And
be,
then
ha-
as
you'd, be having,
media-
you'd be eating a steak in one hand. So, what did you think of the show?
yeah, exactly. And then as a media person, do you plan on going back to another Olympia, another Arnold?
Of course, yeah, the rest of my life, yeah. I
Oh.
think right now it's, yeah. I think it's right now it's just getting the channels, both Monday Morning Muscle and BNN, getting them back to where they're financially. I'm making money, so that I can start setting aside money so that I can afford to go to the Olympian and the Arnold, because I think I spent like $4,000 1 year on going to shows.
On shows. So you managed to go plural with that money. How did you do that?
Went to the Arnold.
Well, I think I
Just
got
drove?
really lucky. Yeah, Arnold and the Olympia. Yeah, and then I went to an NPC show that was co-joined with the LA Fit Expo. So 1 year I did go to 3 shows.
Okay.
I got really lucky. I think one of the years, I think it was the first or second year I started BNN, my Olympia coverage, like almost every video got like 50,000, 100,000 views.
That Bumstead
that
one.
brought in.
I think there was a Bumstead one there. Just blew right up.
Yeah. Yep. So I made like almost like $2,000 in a week. So
If
it
you could
was
interview
pretty
one
insane.
person on the Monday Morning Podcast, who would it be?
Ooh,
You get a ticket to anybody.
who have I not interviewed? Ty Green.
Oh, okay.
I've interviewed Phil. I've interviewed Jay. I've interviewed Milos, Samir Banut,
Based.
Chris Cormier.
How many Sandows is that now altogether?
That have been on BNN.
That's a few right there.
Yeah.
Huh?
7, 9, 10, 11, 12 with Samir. 12 Sandows.
Nick Trigilli had a Sandow.
Breon has an Olympia title.
He did.
No Sandow, though. Did you do Robbie Robinson? He's got one.
No, I've never met Robbie.
From what? The over 200 class?
No.
Yamagishi.
The,
He's got
Masters.
Masters Olympia title.
They used to give him a Sandow for Masters.
Disrespectful. No, Josh doesn't interview
what
Masters
was the first
people.
year of the Sandow?
First year of the Sandow?
Yeah.
1967.
No, that's too early. 80, 83,
No.
82.
No, it's got to be in the 70s, right? Arnold.
You got to remember, Arnold came back to get a Sandow.
So 71, 78?
77.
No, Arnold came back in 80. 77.
Yeah.
It was Frank Zane won the first Sandow.
Now that's a physique.
But that's not true because there was Sandows way before that.
We did a whole video on that one time.
Oh man, there's history behind the Sandow. They gave 3 of them away in 1901. A gold one, a solid gold, well, supposedly solid gold for first, silver Sandow for second, and just a regular Sandow for third. And they gave Steve Reeves one in 1950 for winning the universe. And that sucker's still around.
Where? Do you have it?
Ah, man. I wouldn't take it because I think it's bad karma. That's what happened at Trigilli.
I don't think. I think the two things are exclusive.
No, I wouldn't like to get I wouldn't buy a trophy. I got
Well,
a Jay
it's not-
Cutler trophy. Somebody give it to me.
It's not like passing it along as like your own. You're owning a piece of history.
You're not
I see it as
competing.
like I would put it in a glass case, maybe even have a plaque on what it is actually.
It's just
In
weird.
a picture of you shaking hands with the person.
Exactly.
It have to apply to you, Mark, though.
I'm happy with my Jay Cutler.
Those are pretty cool. Yeah.
Those are pretty cool. How did you get that again? Someone made it for you?
No, a guy sent it to me. One of my fans
For the 100K, right?
for 50.
50.
50K. And it was a little iffy too, because I had to give him my address and everything. But I've been watching him, man. He sends me videos of him and his wife watching the shows, laughing their heads off, and I've given him shout outs. He's actually competed.
That's not the type of messages I get.
He's actually a stand-up comedian as well. He does stand-up. Steve Halverson. Steve Halverson's his name.
Shout out to Steve.
Yeah.
Big Steve. Not that big Steve.
The friggin' price tag was on it too, but not that. It's the time and doing it plus the money.
Yeah. I don't have anything like that. I thought about getting a lot of people still sell autographs on their websites. Jay Cutler has them. Derek has them. My father, Martin Fitzwater, has some autographs. So I got to get one of those while the stock is down.
Yeah. My father liked
Get
your
the
father.
autographed Yellow Jay Cutler poster. That's a staple.
Where
I gotta-
you should have your stuff behind you, Sanch. You're on a green screen or what?
Oh, I mean, I just picked this up from the mailroom today, so I still got.
Looks like a
something else.
perfect green screen.
It is a green screen.
I know, but you should have your stuff behind you. You should have all your flashy stuff playing. Or are you going to for your
Well,
video?
once I get home, I'm still in Maryland.
Maryland?
Yeah, I'm still mobilized for the Army. I'm not home. I'm not in California.
He's mobilized. He's in the Ukraine.
We're just civilians, you know.
Well, I would say deployed, but it's not technically true. Deployed means you're overseas.
Like
This
Rambo.
is stolen valor.
So-
I can't stand for this. You were stealing Bob Chick's valor when you said Masters doesn't count.
Well, I'll let you know, Bobby Boy. Old Bob Cicherillo is that the Masters does not count as an open win.
Oh no! Oh no!
And you can pin that chat.
That's awful. This poor man. You are quite literally stealing his valor.
Pro Valor. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Never been on an NPC stage before, but I'm over Masters Olympia qualified open bodybuilder.
That's tough. That's tough. I don't think Bob will quite recover. But it's all right. I think he has a busy season. He'll stay busy until the Olympia. So
He probably gets paid good money for all those MC gigs.
he probably gets.
He
paid
would never
more.
admit it.
No. He would
No,
say,
he
"Oh, I do
donates
that
it to the
out of the
athletes.
goodness of my heart.
All right, he won. Must have got his pro card in 2000.
Yep, at the USA's, right?
Yeah, USA Championships.
That late?
And he won the Masters. Like I thought he won the
an
Masters.
open one. Yep.
That's tough.
He got a couple of second places there. He got one
Hey, what do you
second
have to say
place.
to that, Josh?
The Night of Champions there. He beat Paul Dillette. I think he did,
Second
didn't
at
he?
Night of Champions. That's actually pretty good, Bob.
Oh no, there is no Paul Dillette. Oh yeah, Paul Dillette placed sixth there. I thought
second.
Paul was up in there in third, or
Second to who at the Night of Champions?
Marcus. That was his big famous version there.
Overrated.
Wasn't as peeled as people think.
It's that footage.
Well, the thing of Rule is he goes back for a Christmas tree and he has genetically perfect like lines there. And when you see like far back footage, it's like it resembles that hard
Yeah.
graininess. And he's so big, and people wanted him to be.
Yep.
Gunter nailed it.
I see some brain dead comments
Gunter
sometimes.
is one of those.
Gunter nailed it.
Yep.
One of the few guys to nail it
Overrated.
on the right night. Who, Gunter?
Overrated? Gunter? Overrated? Oof.
He's
think it's Gunter.
he's inconsistent, I guess.
Sure.
He evolved differently. He actually improved, but it wasn't what they were looking for. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. He's not like my favorite bodybuilder, Ian Valliere.
Ian.
Are you joking? I like Ian as a person.
Ian is one of my favorite bodybuilders.
He's watched my videos.
Yeah. I've watched
I
your
did
videos
the,
too.
I did that video on his what was the nerve damage? I did a
In the-
video
in
on
the-
his nerve
in the
damage.
lats?
Pec?
And he retired the next week.
Oh, so it was the pec, yeah.
It was his pec, wasn't it?
Yeah, those the pecs.
Yeah,
Right where
as much
Arnold's
as I
forehead, there was no meat. No meat right where Arnold's forehead is. I'll be back.
He said that it wasn't nerve damage and that nothing was going on, but I think he knew better. I don't even know if he knows what the answer was, but I think he was like, it's back
Oh,
it
there
in.
was other issues as well. His back was creeping up.
Well, that was, nerve damage, I guess, is an all-encompassing term with this
The
one.
lats, yes. He was very
Bobby was
conditioned.
just fighting him at that point. So he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Is that
Whoa,
Xavier
no
Wills
hat?
at Desktop Bodybuilding?
I can't believe it. He has hair."
All the way
We
from
but we
Australia.
see the green screens now, which is unfortunate. 'Cause my
Yeah.
green screen looks shit.
Same as Saunchy Boy.
Kick this guy off the show,
Mine's, I
Josh.
just picked mine up today, so it's I still got to figure out how to use it. I got that
nice.
pop-up Elgato
Nice.
one.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. I need one of those actually as well because I literally just have like this sheet, and I'm like, it actually fell down the other day, so I just sort of dodged it up a little bit, but you can see the creases a little bit, but you don't see it when I put the lights on
No,
properly and
it's super
everything.
good.
But,
The bricks, yeah.
yeah.
I like
Anyway,
Jake's
how you guys
background
going?
there.
Ooh, yeah, we get to see the real wide shot from Mark.
Yeah, yours is looking nice, Mark.
You can see the everything? I can only see like
I can
that
see like
far
a
away?
little
Yeah.
clock and some plates or something in the background.
He has a very
Yeah, we
intricate
can
set.
just see off the edge.
that's my belt.
You can see my camo over here.
It's just green. All I see.
Is your screen like minimized, Mark, or something? Because we can see way wider than you can see of yourself.
All I can see is just narrow. Like
Oh,
Oh, you need to change the thing. I
That's it.
changed it to...
that's all I can see.
No, you got to hit full screen on Xavier's face. And then it'll go wide.
Oh, yeah, I don't care. I don't need to see. I can hear yous and I can still see yous anyway.
Yeah.
And you guys got boring backgrounds anyway. There's nothing to look at.
I know. As a Super Bowl, I'm looking at yours. You got a fish tank,
A fish tank?
Oh,
No.
it is a fish tank. Look at that.
isn't it?
Who, me?
Oh,
I don't see nothing.
Oh, come on.
Do I? If I click on yours, will I see it? expand
No,
frame?
I keep trying to do that. I keep trying to snoop on all your guys' backgrounds, but I can't.
Let me take a picture of the screen. Oh, that's my face. Oh, I'm gonna be a great. That's my
If you
face.
can.
I can see the picture of Hacksaw Jim Dugan. He signed that autograph, by the way.
Ooh,
Very nice.
yeah, I sent it in the
Who's
chat.
the bodybuilder on the left?
Sean Clarita.
Ah, yes. Let's try to figure that out then.
Oh,
is
there
your
we
portrait
go.
of-
That
Yeah.
was a funny interview.
When is your portrait of Bob coming in?
Yeah, is Bob coming?
Well, I'm gonna print out. It takes a while because I'm printing out the whole back's gonna be Bob.
And you got to do the whole chin too. So I imagine it takes.
It's gonna be his whole face. It's gonna be his great big chiseled chin and his great big alien eyes when they get all separated halfway through the podcast.
I could see it. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Josh, would you host Bob if he agreed to come on?
If he wanted to come on BNN, I probably.
He's
would,
not
yeah.
at this point.
I'd be okay
Xavier,
with
I don't know if
No, he ain't going. on
Xavier,
your show now.
he has
God.
given stolen valor. It's stolen valor. He said Bob only won a master show. That doesn't mean anything.
It
And he's
doesn't
just
count
been
as an open show.
and he's just been roasting Bob. And I've been trying to play the middle ground because I'm so
Unbiased.
empathetic to someone like that, someone that clearly has some kind of distress, and Josh is just beating him down so much. So maybe he will. I think maybe you've instigated him just enough. So we'll see. I'd like to come on as well.
Yeah. I've had Bob on before. I get on fine with Bob. I try to stay good with everyone. Like, I have no issues with him whatsoever. But I know so much you don't rate Bob by your
enjoy
comments
him,
on IG and everything. But yeah, like I think look, when I used to listen to Pro Bodybuilding Weekly and Pro Bodybuilding Worldwide, like back in the day, I remember I was so excited to listen to those episodes every single week. So there's like a certain amount of nostalgia for me. And I was like, damn, I was like 16 years old and I'm 35 now. So
Damn.
yeah,
Bodybuilding fan.
18, 19 years ago, I was listening to Bob and Dan on like dodgy internet connections.
I know what you
like
mean,
downloading the episode. I'm like, I'll pause it and wait for it to load. And then it'll get to like halfway. I'm like, can't wait anymore. And I'd listen to the rest of the episode. And that was the only podcast. They were like the OGs of it. But I did find back then, Bob started to irritate me a little bit with some things. 'Cause it was, the way he would talk on certain things. So I had no idea who Bob was back then. All I knew him was from an hour a week, and they'd normally have like Jay Cutler on maybe one week, and they had Ronnie Coleman leading up to the Olympia, and that was awesome back then because it was like you were so excited to hear that interview. You were just like waiting all week for it. Like Jay Cutler's coming up, Jay Cutler's going to be on there. What's he going to say about Ronnie? And it was like that's the one little bit you get to see inside, what's going on with these guys. So that was always so exciting. So I had that, but yeah, I did find him annoying through a stage. But now I'm sort of like turned, and I'm like, Bob's all right. Like I don't think there's any part of him that's like evil or something like that.
Malicious.
I think he's and that's the thing. Like I think once you're in bodybuilding for a bit, you realize some people are really malicious behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So you sort of realize like, oh, that person's actually not that bad, or this person's not that bad, and it's just that perception of maybe that Bob will come across, and the way he argues maybe can trigger people. So I get that completely, but I think sometimes behind the curtains, I'm like, Bob's not that bad. I actually get on well with him, like privately and stuff, and when I've had conversations with him and stuff, it's always been good with me. So yeah.
That's me
I don't
with
know.
Sean Reyes. Like I've always had good conversations with Sean in person, and then he'll say something online. I'm like, gosh, dang it, man! Like,
It's funny with the online personas of people and then the in-person personas, because a lot of people say that about like Lee Priest, because he's even said this to me, I think, as well. Like part of what he does is he'll play it up. You know what I mean? When he gets on RX Muscle, he'll play up himself.
yeah.
But when he's in person, he's a much more probably lower level, in terms of being calm and stuff. So yeah, like it's interesting. Like I've even seen people on the opposite end. In person, they're quiet and they're quite almost like rude, and then online they have this persona because they'll just be able to switch it on for the camera or just be funny in photos and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it goes both ways, and it's quite funny when you meet people and they're nothing like their online persona. But I think now people talk to the camera enough that you start to get at least a decent idea of most people.
You guys want to talk about Italy?
Yes, let's do it. I've been waiting all night for this.
We just talked a whole hour about just all kinds of random stuff. Like, wild.
We got into Mark's marital status.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that good to ask or not? I don't know what's happening now.
Yeah.
No, it's devastating. Actually, Mark, you can go ahead.
I've just been with the same girl for like 13 or 13 or 14 years.
I didn't. Well, now that I said it sounds devastating,
Yeah.
it sounds like a bad thing.
They asked me where we met, and we met in a wrestling ring, which is kind of interesting.
Why did you say it sounded devastating? You worried me. I'm like, they're getting a divorce.
I was setting him up to say something else, but then he said something actually positive, so it sounded like I was belittling.
Oh, yes, the religious discussion.
No. I just meant anything. I thought you were going to say she keyed my car and left or something. I thought you would say something like that.
For a good punchline, and you just like, oh no,
You're
we're
like,
good. We're good.
Well, we've been happily
Say
together
she
for
keyed
13
my
years,
car?
man.
She keyed
Yeah.
my car. I don't
Mark has a
own
car?
I don't know.
I thought you seemed like the type that kind of like walks everywhere.
Mark's not playing along. I feel like you're trying to get me, and he's not playing along.
I do
was trying.
drive,
Mark's
but
just
not very
gone.
well. I'm actually not a very good
So I'm
driver.
getting some lag.
Actually, speak of not the devil, the wife. Will you guys just excuse me just for 1 minute?
Yeah,
Sure.
Good.
Of course.
Just gonna tell her I'm doing a podcast. We don't have a phone either, right?
A home phone?
Yeah, we don't. I canceled mine. Foolishness.
I know he never had a cell phone, but I didn't realize.
No, he
canceled
seems like the type of
landline.
guy that walks everywhere, no matter how far it is.
He won't fly. Nope.
I get that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he only drives. Yeah, because I've asked him and Kenson, and I was like, we should all go to like the Toronto Pro or something and meet up for a live cast. And Mark was like, what he said, he's like, well, I'd have to drive the 20 hours or something. I'm like, doable. Or a train or something.
I think I may be going to the Arnold 2025. I'm not entirely sure, but if it's a really good show, because I live in Indiana, so
Oh shoot, too easy.
yeah.
Let me know if you go. I'd love to hire you to work for BNN.
Yeah, we can bunk in the same room.
No, I'm buying a 25-foot camper actually, so I'll probably just pull the camper up there.
Legitimately?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
big 25-footer. I'm buying it in October. I'm gonna stop renting and just save money for the next few years.
Tell me you're in the army without telling me you're in the army.
Yep. I'm gonna bank all that money and buy some property.
What is that? Is that
What are
a
your
Maine
thoughts on
Coon?
Bob Cicherillo, kitty cat?
It is a Maine Coon.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Look at those paws.
Am I lagging
Look at
really bad?
Look at those ham hocks.
No.
It's huge. He kills rabbits and everything.
No?
So do I.
He's a rabbit killer.
Wow. Special guest.
Yeah. Now Mark's gonna pull it back in. If anyone noticed that, I thought that was pretty cool.
What do you do?
Hey, I'm a Mark fan. I like seeing like the behind the scenes stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, same. I feel like Mark has like intrigue.
He holds some stuff to his chest, but then others he's pretty open about stuff, and I love that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
What you see is
Meanwhile,
what
I
you
have, like,
get,
my first and last
and
name,
what you
so
don't
he's
see
like,
is better yet.
ooh, the best is yet to
I like that. I like that.
wait for the 150,000,
That's true.
150K, and then there'll be
100K.
Mark,
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
made it to your place, could we go camping in the Canadian wilderness?
This is camping.
have you seen the outside?
This is camping.
I've not seen the
Thick
outside
woods.
of his house.
See the brick wall? That's the nicest place. This is the nicest piece in my house. No, I'm just joking.
How
It's an
far
okay
away
place.
from you are from the closest? I don't know. Dollar General, Walmart. What do you guys have there?
Walmart?
Like, how close are you like from the nearest supermarket? Because that's like that's what the main thing anyone's gonna need.
Half hour away. But
Really?
40,
Okay.
40 minutes away, I suppose.
Is that tough in the winter?
Oh,
Like, you got to plan
the
for
place
it.
where I live, the mountain that I'm on right now,
The mountain that I'm on.
I get this much more snow than just at the bottom. And if you go into the city, like you're next to the ocean, we live next to the ocean, so it's always warmer and they don't get a whole lot of snow in there because the ocean water keeps it warmer and keeps it cooler in the summer.
That's cool. We've actually just had some snow. We've just gone into.
Oh, really?
I didn't know they had that there.
Yes.
Me neither.
Not well. In Tasmania, so where I'm at now, I'll show you a photo. It's actually there's snow on the mountain now, so I can go out and look at snow. But it's I'll show you what it looked like the other day.
That's
It's not
crazy. I
like
didn't
crazy, but
I wonder if it's the same color as in Canada. It is the same color.
That's wild.
that's just from my window.
That's a mountain.
Dude, you're living life.
Yeah. So that's only from me right now. That's about 40 minutes to drive to the top, I'd say, from where I am, or maybe 45 minutes or so.
Is that a 15,000 foot tall mountain?
It is. I think it's 1,300 feet.
1,300. 1,300.
Gross.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Only 1,300.
Gross
Yeah,
overestimation.
it's weird.
That's
I
only
think
a small mountain.
1306.
Are you sure? That's only a small
it's-
mountain.
Well, when you go out, like, so where I am, I'm only about maybe 100 or 200 meters above sea level. But if you you're driving to that mountain, it's probably 10 minutes into the drive, you're at sea level. So you get
You
up
mean
there pretty
1,300
quick.
meters or feet?
It could be meters.
Because
Very
if
well.
1,300
I know
meters,
it's-
that makes
I know
more
it's
sense
30.
now. Yeah, it's an okay sized mountain then.
Actually, I don't
Xavier-
think. I think it's feet. I don't know. I'll look it up.
Well,
I'll research.
How many shark attacks do you
Jimmy,
think there
pull it
are in a
up.
year?
Jamie, pull it up.
yeah, you'll
in
know
a
a
year in
little.
Australia?
Yeah, how many shark attacks do you think there are?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 25, 30 in Australia. I
Right,
don't know.
right.
Reasonable
Well, yeah.
14
What
this year.
was Josh? Was your number for America or?
Annually.
It doesn't matter. I wouldn't believe that number. It's all propaganda.
I do have to. This is my only time. I watched this movie a long time ago in school. I was made to watch this movie, and I have to bring it up now because this is the first time I've ever been talking to someone from Australia. I watched The Rabbit Proof Fence in high school. Do you know what that is, Xavier?
I think I've watched that, to be honest, but
Yes.
I can't remember it. It's a very famous, Australian-based movie, but
Yes.
I'm getting it confused. If you give me the plot line, I'll remember.
Oh, I couldn't remember. It's something to have to do with Aboriginals. I hope I'm not slurring that. I think that's what you call them.
that's
I
right.
don't.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
Aboriginals.
that's right. If you said, I know some words, but you'll get in trouble.
Well, I don't know what it's like over there, but I was like Aboriginals, and then it was to keep rabbits out of part of Australia, and
They're not
maybe
native
people
there.
too.
They're not native.
Yeah,
to there.
well, literally, we had like yesterday. I had a rabbit just bouncing around in our yard. There's quite a lot, but yeah, they're more of a pest here. So I don't
My
really
cat-
like
my
the
cat will
rabbits hanging
eat
around.
them if they come into my yard. He left a dead
Oh, yeah,
rabbit
I've
on
seen
our.
cats playing with them here.
Yeah, he just ends their
Yeah,
lives.
they love them.
And then a crow comes up and picks the
Literally.
carcass.
Yeah, we have those too. Crows,
Magpies
yeah.
or just crows?
We have magpies. We've got crows. We've got a bird here called plovers.
Yeah,
So what
plover.
they are, they're
It's a little
like
plover. They kind of walk.
I think that's an
they
emu.
walk. They're
Long beak
No,
on them.
Emu. What is it?
they've got like spikes in their wing, and they
Yeah.
dive on people. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, we call them plovers. So that might be we might just be saying it wrong, but yeah, they got the spikes in on their wings. And they dive. They're worse than magpies. They are. I hate them. So when I used to walk to school, I'd have to walk through an area, and there's no other way around it. So I'd walk to catch the bus, and I have to walk through this area that when they have their babies or the plovers, they would just dive you all the time, and they don't. It's not like they just dive and stay 10 meters away. They go like
they'll
for
go
your
at you.
head. So yeah.
Yeah, the long. They're the little walking bird.
No, that's not them.
That's a
not them.
plover.
No.
Isn't that a plover? I
We
know the
have
type that you're talking
plovers.
about. They got little spurs. Even when they're standing there, they got two little spurs coming out of their.
They look about, I think, about 5 times the size of that. They're like
really?
Damn.
a bigger seagull, I'd say. Yeah, with spikes, and they're just like, they'll just go at you.
Albatross. You ever see one of them suckers?
Oh, those are terrible.
Yeah, they look like a small albatross. Yeah, I've seen them.
Albatross
Yeah.
are huge.
Yeah, they're massive. They're nothing like the size of an albatross, but yeah, we get all sorts of stuff out here. Like
We
have, like,
get lots of
pelicans
eagles
and stuff
around
like
here.
that. Eagles, yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah, we got lots. I can walk out and see an eagle anytime.
Oh, that's cool.
Bald
I have
eagle.
raccoons. That's about it. No, in the Midwest, there's like deer, the occasional coyote, and raccoons.
Yeah, that's basically here.
Pretty uninspiring.
Do you know what I saw actually? Driving around when I lived in Perth. This is sort of near the coast. It's about maybe it was like 20 minutes north of Perth, which is the only capital city in Western Australia, which is a huge chunk of Australia. And I was driving because I think I went to the gym really late and I was prepping, so I was like 2 weeks out and I was driving home, just like not thinking, and it was dark, and I was going past a school, and I thought this injured dog walked out in front of my car. I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on with this? Because it looked all skinny, and then I'm like, I could just see something off the back of it. And it was a fox, like a full-on fox in middle suburbia, which is super rare here.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a Tasmanian tiger or something? Because people have sightings.
Thylacine. You ever see a thylacine?
Well,
I believe they still exist.
Have you watched a lot of documentaries about it?
Oh, yeah. I'm a nerd for that type of stuff,
The
man.
rabbit hole is deep on that one.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
They
don't. It's not like a dinosaur. They actually have video footage of these things in zoos back in like the 30s or whatever it was.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, there was a sighting.
Opens up. It's crazy.
Yeah, and there's a sighting. I think there's video of it in the. I think it was the 1978 or 70 something or 80s or. And that was the last sort of like confirmed. They're like, yeah, this is definitely a thylacine, but that was in South Australia, so it wasn't even in Tasmania, which is the thylacine's the Tasmanian tiger that people talk about. So, which is real,
the biggest marsupial there ever was.
Yeah, they're a beast, and people still say like there's a lot of sightings in like the mainland Australia, but you realise when you drive across Australia how much is just uninhabited. There's just so much land out there where there is nothing.
People think they know they have every inch of the world covered, but they have no idea. Like down in the Amazon, the Amazon is filled with untouched tribes of humans.
Yep. They're still finding.
And they argue like, well, they found hunter-gatherers like back in the day, and like there couldn't have been any civilized people. And it's like, hello, we're civilized now, and there's hunter-gatherers now. So yes, they could live together with advanced people. They do now.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is as well, when you drive, like just knowing like driving across Australia, you look on the map of where the roads are. And I think about the state that I live in now, right? I'm like, there is no roads. I can chuck the whole state that I live in this area. There's no roads around there. It is just dirt and nothing.
She lives.
It's a human. Human.
I've seen
They
I've seen
denied
her
your
before.
existence.
It's probably been years, but I know I've seen
It's that green screen we were talking about. This is Mark. This is Mark with another hand
It's
off
Mark's
screen.
arm.
Exactly.
It's not a real person. It's an AI voice. It's just an arm.
It took me a while to buy that arm to come out.
And then also operate it while you're acting basically in another scene. That's incredible.
Do you guys like the nails? I painted them myself.
Yeah.
Oh, nice touch. Very
The arm
realistic.
thinks for itself. AI.
Oh,
You don't want to know what it does after midnight. No, I shouldn't say that. That's the fake arm.
Don't get Dylan going. Don't get Dylan going.
what are you talking about?
You're dirty-minded.
What has given you the impression of that?
I mentioned the movie Goonies one time, and you went off. I did my best to change the subject.
Xavier, I thought you were a lot younger than 34 or whatever you said. But come on.
35.
You're telling me there's a movie called Goonies, and I can't.
Well, I haven't seen Goonies. What, like I didn't get into it. I feel like it was I just missed it.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Wow.
The man, the myth, the legend. He lives.
Did you
Out of
just
the
came
way.
up with
Didn't
one
even
of
have
yours,
to
Kenson?
didn't even have to request a permission to join this chat. Anybody can join. Wow.
I know. I'm going to put it out on Reddit or
The
something.
joke is Bob's going to jump in.
It's already
Oh,
out there.
that'd be
Don't worry.
He come up for some air.
Oh, I said. Yeah, well, momentarily. Momentarily. Coming up for air for too long is bad for business. So,
You don't want to get the bends.
I never have.
Not yet.
No?
Plan the dive,
that?
dive the plan. The bends, that's decompression sickness. That's the accumulation of nitrogen in your blood, where when you come to surface, the nitrogen expands, accumulates in your joints, potentially other places, and bad things happen, up to and including death.
Happens in space too, they say.
If it happens at a
astronaut.
low level, can you go to the gym and get more of a pump?
No, you can go to the gym
true.
and get hurt.
Yeah.
Not recommended.
It's
Sick with gains.
with that being said, with that being said, did I train after I dove today? Yes, I did. But I'm
Shoulders.
what you call a professional.
Shoulders.
And the pump was
Shoulders.
sick.
Yep.
Was sick.
Actually, after 2 scoops of pre-workout, it was, yeah.
2.
Yes.
Hey man, gotta do
I'm
what
off
you
the
gotta do.
pre-workout.
For today, yeah.
I just run out, so I don't have any.
Mark, you need to get you a sponsor one of these days.
I like doing it though. I'll work out for a little while. You reach yourself a little plateau every once in a while, and then I'm gonna go get some pre-workout, and it's like, yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the
wait a
convenient break, like the forced break.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know what you mean. I've done the same as
Just the
well.
way God intended.
Yeah. He's telling me
Ask
my
Brother
central
Derek.
nervous system is burnt.
Exactly.
Brother Derek.
Exactly. Brother Derek. Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be a joke behind this here desktop guy. Is that a Bob dig?
No, I just did it. Desktop guy. I've been called that before.
No?
That desktop guy. So, yeah, just
No? Okay.
slid it in.
It's Nick
Throw in a
Strength
couple
and Power,
Bob
the
legs, it's
muscle,
fine.
or the Nick guy
Nick
or whatever.
Power guy.
Nick
Yeah,
Power guy.
Nick Power guy.
That was funny.
That's a good one.
That went around the internet for a while.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, no, I just finished hanging out with a couple of guys on my dive crew, and I was like, yeah, they're going to bed. I got a couple minutes.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Well, this one has been really productive.
Probably dive into the Italy
I'm sure,
yeah?
especially with your presence, Dylan. I'm sure it's been nothing but
Controversy.
and digs.
Yeah.
Controversy.
Controversy. Exactly.
I think I've slurred Native Australian Aboriginals.
Politics.
No, you actually
religion.
nailed that. You nailed the Aboriginals.
I've ruined Mark's relationship status. I've got Josh to belittle
She's home now.
Bob.
Yeah, you ruined my perfect relationship with old Bob Cicherillo.
Yes.
Well,
I don't wanna
Kenson's
be
a Bob
associated
lover
with-
himself.
No, I can't be associated with this group. I'm out of here.
No, I
In
understand.
and out.
No, everybody knows my stance on our friend old Bobby
Old
Boy.
Bobby boy.
Did you
He
watch
is
the
my
interview,
he is my
Vincent?
dad. So
Which one?
The Muscle Discord one.
So I watched part of the Muscle Discord one, and I watched part of the one with John Livia. Neither of which I got through entirely, primarily
Why
due
is
to
that?
time constraints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were like, I can't
I'm here.
stand for this.
No. I'm outside of my home. Like I'm in another province right now. I was underwater for 90 minutes today trying to do a dock inspect, which was fantastic, by the way.
province,
But, no,
not
I just-
state.
I'm in Newfoundland.
Is it province or Providence?
You're in
Two
another
Canadians
province,
went at it.
so you know what I'm saying.
I know.
No,
I
Zimmer has
know.
Providences over there.
Providence Bruins. So you're away from home. You're in Newfoundland.
Yes, but here I am still with you fine individuals.
Home of Morgan McDonald,
Yes, it is, yeah.
who I was at the same friggin' venue and I never got a chance to meet him.
No, really?
Yeah, well, he was backstage training a girl for a show. He was
Like,
prepping her.
Excuse me?
Mark's here.
And I didn't know if I knew he was there, I probably would have. Hey, you guys got Morgan McDonald back there? Because he was a lot bigger than any of the guys I seen. Just a local show.
It would be
It's
so
like
fun for you to
3:25
go up
right
behind someone and just use your voice on someone. It's like, hey guys, Mark Max Muscle here. Just whisper it in their ear, maybe like, what the? They would know it. You know what I mean? It's a voice that like you know straight away, and everyone's seen a Mark's Max Muscle video, so it's like you've got that voice recognition.
The guy did call for a guy. He said to do one of them poses, and he said he called it a Lee Priest. The guy, the announcing guy.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, I want to holler because I like to holler stuff out, but I didn't. I was gonna holler out, "It's Sergio Oliva," but I didn't. I kept quiet. Didn't want to
backed
embarrass
up.
the wife.
That would be great.
If people knew who I
Do what the
was,
rest
then
of
it
us
would be
YouTubers
okay.
do
But
and just make a video about it.
I was gonna make a video on my displeasure of the people that would win their
Yes.
trophies and then they start walking around in the audience and with their robes on, showing their friends and family their trophies while people are posing on stage, and it's like you shouldn't,
Yeah.
wait till after.
All the
That's their moment. You had your moment.
at the like the amateur Olympia and the amateur Arnold, everyone's walking around with their medals, and it's just like
In pro wrestling, that's the first thing they say. Do not go out there. That's their moment. If they know there's another wrestler around, they're taken away from their moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
The only hard thing about that is, the only hard thing is though, if you want to go sit with your family, you can't really. You know
they
what I
were
mean?
parading with their robes on, and it was
okay, yeah.
you could. They wanted people to know that
They're
were-
loud and proud, holding their trophy up, going, "Oh hey!" And
Yeah,
on stage.
there was one point
There's
where
a difference.
me and my wife had to actually turn because she was standing right in front of us, and I couldn't see the stage.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've never done that, so I'm not guilty of that one. I don't think.
Well, they're all.
I hope not.
Nobody's telling them not to.
Yeah.
Just like us when we were wrestlers, we wanted to go around. When I first started, I was like, "Oh, I want to go around. People talk to me and stuff." No, you don't do that. Boy, taken from them.
Yeah, I think everyone enjoys people being more humble. You know what I mean? If someone's like
Exactly.
like and taking away from other people, it's like you're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy." Like,
It's their
like,
first show. They worked hard for it. They don't see that. They're so proud of it. And
Yeah, which is fair.
No, you want the wrestlers to be the eccentrics, don't you? But you don't want them to be accessible, right? We love you. I don't know.
yeah.
Isn't
You
that
want to at least
like-
make it seem like you're exclusive.
Some sort of
Unless they
mystique.
tell you, unless you're in the audience and you're giving them hate, and then they're like, you, right? I've been to like 2 wrestling matches in my whole life, so I know everything.
A couple of my buddies are wrestling down where you are, down Nova Scotia.
East Coast Pro Wrestling. Yep, that's where
You
I've
get a
been,
chance
yeah.
to see Wesley Pipes or Zane Valentine, 2 of my good friends.
Feel like I've seen Wesley Pipes. I may
Yeah, I've wrestled him many times.
saw one guy that we called the Burger King because he was just so out of shape.
I probably know who he is. If he's
I probably do.
like, I do know a good percentage of them guys.
Yeah, that was it. It was. Hey, it was a good show, man.
Speaking of
Who's
good
in Nova
shows,
Scotia?
Isn't there
Nova
an,
Scotia? Yeah.
an Italian pro?
Hey,
coming
yeah,
up?
I heard there's a
Nova Scotia
this
looks
weekend.
beautiful, man.
Nova
Actually,
Scotia
pro
is
muscle
yeah.
Italy.
Nova Scotia is like the popular one of all the maritime. Nobody gives a crap about New Brunswick. What's New Brunswick? Is it as opposed to the old Brunswick? What's a Brunswick anyway? Nova
Yeah, we got
Scotia? Yes,
Brunswick.
I've heard of that place.
Do you know where the famous Doherty's gym is? The original. It's in Brunswick. A place
Not
called
New Brunswick.
Which is like, no.
Yeah, New Brunswick. There's nothing in New Brunswick.
I love how they just add
Oh.
old and new to the start of stuff. Like they're just like, oh, we're going
Well-
to call it something like New England. New England. It's fun.
New York.
In fairness, Nova Scotia,
New Hampshire.
Nova Scotia is actually in French of Nouvelle Écosse, which is
Nouveau.
New Scotia. So
Yeah. It's
Oh,
also
see, they
called
can't even get
Nouveau-
away from it in other languages.
Nouveau Brunswick. They call it Nouveau Brunswick. Le comprends pas. Le est-ce que je peux?
they do.
Ne comprends pas?
Voulez-vous coucher à ce soir?
Ah, you can piece together a couple of words, but do you know what you're saying?
No, I have no clue, man. That's off like Moulin Rouge or
Le
something. I
pain
think.
beaucoup français.
Super gay.
Je parle un peu français. Un peu.
I say parlez-vous fried eggs.
Yeah, that'll get you further. Be like, protein? Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I tell you what, let's talk about what Dylan wanted to talk about with the Italy coming up, all right?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's level- that's a level
I got the
playing
whole
field
list
here.
right here.
Ooh, yeah. Mark's ready.
Well, Sop's got the whole list right here.
Yeah, but I have their last performances.
He does.
We'll need that.
Yes.
I don't know a lot of these guys. You know, it's one of the last shows.
There's a couple of
What do you
little
mean?
surprises in
That's an
here you
insult
guys
to
are going to notice.
It's an insult because they're not notable. Womp womp. I don't like.
Yeah, there's one guy here that's knock your eyes out looking at the
Couple.
muscles on him.
Rubiel, right? Kenson told me Rubiel.
No, but he should have beat Rubiel. Speaking of
Oh,
Rubiel,
man, he's gonna sweep the show. He's gonna
sweep the
2025. Yeah.
there's a guy here that
2025. He will destroy the line.
the Italian.
I
bro,
thought you gave up
2025.
on Rubiel. There's a
I
guy
did.
here that should have beat
He is so
Rubiel
done.
at the Dubai.
I did a podcast
Long
today.
ago.
I'm putting it in my thumbnail. Rubiel, done. Get out of here. Don't want him anymore.
Give him time.
He has time now.
I have
Give him
given
more.
time. I gave him 2 Arnold Classics and a New York Pro, and now in Italy. Give him more? No.
He's 22.
No.
So it shows he's missed.
I don't care how old he
He
is.
missed the Arnold UK, the Dubai. No, wait, he did Dubai. He did Dubai. He missed the. Wait, what
New
else
York.
did he miss? He missed New York.
Miss New York
New York Pro,
New York.
And then this one.
both
two Arnolds,
Arnold
New York.
Classics.
and the Italy.
Now Italy. So yeah, he's missed 4 out of 5.
And it's going to be 5. He's not doing UK.
Yeah, he's floating the idea.
that.
He's at least letting it fester out there, but like, does he do it?
Master.
It's festering. It's a it's a fungus. It's growing in the hearts and minds of like, Jake Ultimate Fitness. He loves Rubiel, and people want to see him. But then
Talking about your buddy Jake.
yes, because that's his father, and he just doesn't. For no,
Who's his father?
Rubiel.
No, he ain't.
What are you talking about? It's a
adopted
spinning
father?
image. It's a spinning image, just like Dad, just like Bob is your father.
He kind of looks like Kevin Maroney, maybe a little bit, but
Jake
yeah,
or Rubiel?
Jake.
God.
No, Jake Ultimate Fitness.
Oh,
I'm joking. Yeah.
Jake
Jake
Wood.
This is quite the rabbit hole. My God.
I'll tell you what I want to
These
get.
guys in
I
line,
want to
man.
get
Don,
the
get a hold of this place.
I want to
Yeah.
get the Dan
No
Solomon
idea.
trading card. The signed Dan Solomon trading card.
Was that one of them in
joking,
the set?
obviously. Yeah, the Dan Solomon card. Yeah.
Okay,
Can you get a
respectfully,
Tyler
if
Mannion?
Nick
If I
Strickland Power
pulled that,
pulled
I'd be
the Dan
pissed.
Solomon signature. He pulled the
Oh,
Dan
I'd be
Solomon
pissed.
signature card.
I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I could have got Chris Bumstead. I could have got Big Ramy or whoever. I got Dan Solomon. It's like,
Yeah. The
Well, come on,
C-Bum
that'd be a
one,
wicked
I've
card.
actually... Have you seen how much signed C-Bum stuff goes for on eBay that's authenticated?
it's insane.
Like,
No.
is it really that much?
like, if I was getting a signature of him, I would be filming it and I'd be saying, please don't put my name on it. And then I'd
How
be
much?
going and making $600.
Wonder how much my
You get it
hacksaw
authenticated?
one's worth. A couple bucks.
I was going to buy some of those trading cards, but they were just so expensive because, there wasn't a
much.
print. I thought that'd be great to open up on stream or something like that, but it's just like, I'm not spending $400 for one of them.
What?
I don't give a shit about trading cards at all.
Well, it's, it's bodybuilding,
Magazines, maybe.
I'd get
Yeah,
a
that's great.
signature
I'll
if
make
I
a-
could
I'll make
see
a
the guy
video.
write it on it, but I wouldn't pay for a signature that come to my house.
No.
If I would have
No.
waited,
If I was to get that
30
signature myself, now it's of value.
Yes.
me.
Like I got Dan Aykroyd's signature. I watched
Oh,
him
that's
sign
so
one
based.
Nice.
That's so
awesome.
cool.
I mentioned that before.
Yeah, and I still think it's so cool.
It's on my Ghostbusters tape.
I love that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I
I've
wish
got
I
some
was. here.
bodybuilder signatures around. Really?
just on the
find
floor.
them. No, I have them around because I've been going through some...
he's looking down like, oh, I think
No, I
tossed
have-
it over
I have,
the
uh,
fucking
around here.
protein shake.
Here, hold on a second. I got Arnold's signature here. Show these fellers who's the boss. There we go.
Too
If I
much.
was
Wait, I've got-
waiting for Sebum
wait,
to,
he's one.
to slow down, I could have got it, but
He's seriously
like
picking it
50
up off
people.
the floor.
Sonch, you must have a lot of signatures.
yeah, I got a lot. Yep.
They're going to interview with you. I can't see that.
Is that Rolly?
Is that Rolly? The Beast?
Rolly. Yeah.
He's not from Australia.
No,
to
but he
live
came
there
out
from,
here and competed.
Did he live down in
This is-
Australia?
No. He came out here and competed at the... What was the... Is it the Arnold Classic Australia or the Australian Pro? I can't
The
remember which
Australian,
year it was.
the Arnold Australia. Oh, well, I think he
He won
made
the
it
Arnold
in
Australia, yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
Louis Marco
he-
used to call him the
He didn't
Boo
win.
Bunder from Down Under, didn't he?
Blue Bonder. Yeah, I remember that.
Nah, well, he's not from down under. He's from... He lived in the Netherlands, but yeah,
Sonny
he came
Schmidt
out
is.
and it- yeah, he
That's
was,
probably
yeah.
low.
But it was funny because when he came out, he hardly spoke any English at that stage because this was straight after his Arnold Classic debut, which was his debut in the IFBB Pro League. And
okay.
I said, "Oh, congrats on on I think he placed 4th or 5th in the Arnold because it was like his pro debut." And he goes, "Oh, 4th, yeah, it's okay." And he was sort of like disappointed with it. He's like,
He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah,
he has
he's
a brother that
super
can
cool. And then
I lost.
Yes, I seen his brother.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a pro.
Yeah.
Quincy Winkler.
He used to have big long hair, eh, Rolly?
I got this one as well. Do you remember
He had
Kevin
a
Jordan?
fro, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a great
Yeah,
big
yeah.
fro. He had big
Yes.
boa constrictors around his neck. There's a picture of him. I don't remember that guy.
He's a good
Marcus
dude. He's
Dugdale
actually
from
still
Australia?
Johnson.
Mark Dugdale? No.
No.
Mark Dugdale is American. He's an all-American family man. That guy.
I don't know why I thought he was Australian. I know Roger
Maybe he's
Walker
getting
is.
confused with.
Kevin Johnson, 212 guy.
Maybe.
No, he's not from Australia.
I do have a
Well, we-
poster of Mark Dugdale.
I love Mark Dugdale's physique. He was sort of like compact and just round.
Solid, yeah.
And, yeah, he was awesome. Yeah, I actually looked at his profile first time in ages the other day. I think he put up something political, and people were like, hating on it a bit. So I think it popped up in my algorithm, and he just puts up photos of him and his family and his daughters and stuff. But he's got like 3 daughters and a wife. I'm like, that is hectic. Surrounded by 4 women.
You'd always lose the arguments.
Yeah, that's a little hectic.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'd just give up on life. I'd just
they even
go
begin.
have a man cave and just beer. Go diving. I'd be Kenson. I'd have to just disappear.
Yeah, he just goes
Disappear
underwater.
for a few
Dude,
weeks.
do you want to go? It's funny. We were just having this conversation about advertising the business, and I was like, man, if I wanted to be in a business where I would advertise, then I wouldn't do a business where I was underwater. I go there to get away from people.
Under the sea. You ever sing that song in your head when you're under there? Under the sea.
Oh, I love that movie.
Absolutely not. No.
Really?
I literally
Most
I've sang that in the last
Not
2
even
weeks.
one time.
Have you ever seen a hot redhead under there swimming around?
I cannot say that I have. I saw a flatfish today, and I saw.
That was her.
Let's see, some broken shit.
That was also her.
Well, she wasn't that attractive in real life. Then
Was the flatfish a flounder?
she's not. Actually, it was.
Oh man, they look so funny when you turn them upside down. They're like their mouths are sideways. They look like they're talking out the side of their mouth, dude. Because you can go floundering down here, where you just take a spear at night and you have a light, and just you can be in like knee-high water. And once it's dark and if there's not too much moon and stuff, the fish will all come in. So you call it floundering, but you can get all sorts of fish. But yeah, just seeing them, they're the easiest ones to get because they're just sitting around the ground. You just go boop, spear, get them off, and then you turn them upside down. They're like, it just looks like they're just like, kill me. I apologize.
Quickly. He lobster
quickly.
and then he flounder.
There's 8 spikes in my head. Kill me. Anyway.
We tried. We
Really pro.
attempted to get into the list here. We
Yeah,
attempted.
I know. To no avail.
Saunch, you got to take the reins.
Yeah.
See, that's why I couldn't be a podcaster.
Well, sometimes you just gotta let it ride, Sometimes
We'd end up talking
we
about
missed Xavier's funny flounder story.
sometimes-
That's
So-
true.
This is the first time I've been encountered with
Don't
Xavier.
clip it. Don't
I
clip it.
have to say, Xavier's
Riverside does it
lightsaber
itself. I don't
noise.
have to do it.
Your
It'll
lightsaber
automatically
noise. Xavier
Oh,
did.
yeah. On my
I have
live.
to say that was very impressive.
Thank you. I'll try to do it again sometime.
And the rabbit hole continues.
So, outside of Hunter Labrada,
Okay, Italy.
who is exciting about this Italy Pro?
I can tell you one guy here that I'm quite excited to see.
Who?
And I
Elliot
can see Dylan. Look at Dylan. No.
Who?
Hold on a
I know
second
who.
here.
Dylan wants to.
Ali-
Bruno Santos.
Ali Edward.
Ali Edward.
Oh, Ali Edward,
Cardbow. Yes.
Oh, this one?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. You're quiet now, Dylan.
I don't know who that is. Of course I'm quiet. I don't know who Ali Edwards is.
Of course you don't. You're too young. You don't know a lot of stuff.
Oh, please. I've been proving you wrong so many times. I've been proving... Okay,
Yeah, but
let's
I
see.
didn't
Let's see.
care
I'll
about-
be
I
the
didn't
judge
care
of
about-
this.
Yeah.
I'll be the judge of this.
Look at the muscles on this guy. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I know who this guy is. He was at Vancouver.
No, you don't.
Dubai.
You
No, you're
don't
thinking
know
of
who it is.
Boa Bang.
Bang. Oh, man. I'm already getting canceled. Oh, no.
He's competing soon. Bowbank's competing in the Daytona soon.
He's
I don't
from
think he's gonna
Nova
do well,
Scotia.
but he's competing. He's from Halifax.
Yeah, Prince
yep.
Bobang's
Yes,
good, man.
yes, he's from Kenson's
Yep.
town.
Neck of the woods.
They're neighbors.
Look, see? Look.
So-
Now, everybody recognize, look, liked by EP09 because I know who this guy is.
Who
that.
is this guy? Why is he
And Goat
substantial, Mark?
Fitness.
Did I like it?
And Goat Fitness like it too.
So why? I tell you what, Sanch, tell us why this guy's good, man.
Oh, me?
Yes, you on this
Take a
place.
look here.
Mark was excited.
It looks like he's got some real nice insertions. I mean, honestly, from looking from the back, the back looks pretty nice, pretty wide. He's got a lot of detail. The skin doesn't look too thick, This is from August 22nd, so hard to say
Not
if
impressed.
this is going to
Recent enough.
translate. Do what?
Oh, fuck off, Dylan.
Yeah,
He's
you're
got
right.
good
This
arms.
is pretty good. This is pretty good. I mean, top 5 will be a little bit easier for everyone at this show, but I think
Well,
Top
yeah.
5. This guy's going to be third place.
Yeah, I would say.
Presty and then
No, I
Hunter
agree.
and then like
Him.
who else?
Him.
Okay, I can see it because literally nobody
This guy is
else.
good, man.
I got my prediction list, and I haven't even put my video out yet. So this is
Morgan
Look
Asti?
at-
Question mark.
valuable information, huh? Morgan.
Morgan
He's
won't
not
beat
even in
this
my
guy,
top
man.
5.
What's that?
Oh,
Morgan's
Nah, he
not in
was
my
way
top
out
5.
last time.
yeah, his
Morgan's
back
not in the
is
top
nice,
5.
though.
Okay.
No, Morgan's not in my top 5.
No.
He'll be about 8th.
Damn.
And
This guy-
Enrico
look
Hoffman,
at
he
the
looks
back-
pretty
look at
good
the
too.
trap. Look at
Yeah,
the
he's
traps
solid,
on
man.
this fucking
He's got
Yeah.
that
Look
Kai
at the
Green
traps,
Cobra
man. They
Cobra
extend
traps.
up into his head.
He's
They
got
literally
good,
extend up into his head.
Good peaks too in that front double.
He's got
What do the
great
legs
back
look like?
detail,
Did
the
I
lower
miss
lat
those?
insertions.
Legs are good.
Take a look.
Calves aren't nothing to write home about, but
Josh, can you go to the? Yeah, what's him at the
I was
Dubai?
trying to find.
yeah, he looks okay at the Dubai.
Yeah, he did, man.
Was it tag?
Yeah.
He
Or what?
showed up.
No, it was a bit lower.
It's
Yeah.
right there. Yep. There you go.
Oh, here we go. Nice little video.
Good
Oh
proportions.
yeah, big,
really
he's got a
good
big
proportions.
man's chest.
Yes, he does.
But he placed lower than. Oh, never mind. Rubio's not
Just
gonna
under
be here.
Rubiel. Just under Rubiel.
Well, Rubiel's not competing again, so
Yeah.
He should have beat Rubio just on
Well,
principle.
maybe Rubiel was scared of this guy.
Just on principle.
Maybe. A little work on the abs would be nice.
would you say that to his face?
Yeah, same with
No, I wouldn't say that to his face. I'd like to see him find me here in nowhere, Canada.
He got an anonymous tip from Bob.
I'll tell him. I'll give him my address, and he ain't gonna find me.
He's not showing up.
I mean,
But this guy
pretty
is good,
solid.
man. Like,
Yeah, he's good.
this isn't this. He's not underrated. He's just unknown.
Yeah.
That's how I see him.
Yeah, I was a bit insulting earlier. I retract my statement.
He's similar to Diasha in a
No.
way.
What? Diasha? Oh, never mind. Sorry. Never mind. Sorry.
I agree, Mark. I can see like what you mean by
Yeah,
saying
the
it's similar to
legs.
Diasha.
Similar
The
condition,
lats.
but not
Yes,
quite as
okay.
peeled. Not quite as peeled.
Similar sort of structure. Like Diasha's bigger, definitely. Like if you stand these guys
Yeah.
side by
Yes.
side, like that was the one thing about Ali Edwards when he's on stage in the lineup. Like by himself, I'm like, whoa! Like this
So
guy is
he-
going to be contending, and then you put him in that lineup with
Not as
Diasha,
big.
Tabani, with
Mm.
just overall the body is overall a little bit smaller, the entire structure, but on his own, you see the small waist around quads, and he looks enormous. But once he adds more size to this, then individually he'll be looking like completely insane, and then in the lineup he'll be, I think, more competitive with guys like Diasher and stuff. But yeah, he's not at that level yet, but he's very, very good.
He'll get a good a look at this show anyway.
Yeah.
I like him in third place, like you were saying, Mark.
Well, there's a couple. There's like you said, Bruno.
Bruno.
He looks interesting.
Bruno? Oh, okay. I've seen his name before.
He looks interesting. What does that mean?
He's very big.
Science experiment.
Is this his pro
Did he
debut?
do Brazil?
He looks like he could. I sent you a
He's
picture
meant to
of him,
compete last year.
Sanch.
Oh, did you?
Well, yeah, all the guys. the
Oh,
front
yeah,
and
Well,
back
you
shots.
you could click on him right there in the list.
He got injured last year, didn't he?
competed at the
Oh, you're right. He did drop out,
2022.
didn't he?
That's
I was
not.
excited to see him last year. Yeah, this is, I think, I don't know what's
Wait,
going on
is
with this
that
page,
him?
but I don't know if this is yeah, that's him there, like
Oh,
in that
it's just
picture on the
like
right.
Oh, okay. Which
I watched
there's a
Fuad's
couple of
last
right pictures
podcast,
there.
and
I thought he
they
was
had
not
the
big.
same thing.
Is that him?
I don't know
That's
if
not him.
no, that's not him. No, no,
Okay.
no, no.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
click
sent you
on
the
that
wrong
other
picture,
profile.
Sanch.
I think
What?
this is
He
some.
must be a coach.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is. I don't
He's
know
supposed
what's
to be
going on with this
coins.
page. Just click on the pro Bruno
Oh,
Santos.
here we
on the, just
Oh,
bio
here we
there.
go.
Now this makes a
Is this
little
him?
more sense.
This is him. Yeah, he looks interesting. Like I said, this guy could be interesting.
Yeah,
A little bit
This guy
bigger
is
than
good,
the
isn't
last
he?
Guy,
Yeah,
than Ali.
yeah.
Big, yeah.
Oh,
he competed at the muscle contest Brazil a couple of years back.
yeah.
The one
that's
that
the one I-
Vitor
What did he
Boff
place
won.
there?
4th.
Okay, yeah.
That's very respectable.
Because there was that Hugo
I knew it was top
Boff.
five.
Hugo Boff, I think, was
Yeah.
second. Yeah, he looks pretty
in
solid.
that year, the second place is qualified, right?
I don't think so. Boff never went. I don't think Boff went to the Olympia.
No. Hold on, this is a full round of the mandatories. This
Boff
is
went
good
to the
stuff.
Olympia. He's WO.
Yeah, that was
Not Hugo. Not
Hugo
Boff.
Boff.
I meant.
William Martins.
Bruno.
No, there was another guy. The guy that placed second on the at the
Wellington.
Oh, Willington, yeah.
Wellington Niscow. Yes.
Beef Wellington. Yes.
Beef Wellington.
I was going to say Beef Wellington.
Yes.
There's two beefs out there.
Biff
Beef Stew and Beef
Wellington.
Wellington.
Well, he was an old wrestler, Biff Wellington.
The first
that guy's been
podcast,
on a
ladies and
big
gentlemen, that I
offseason.
actually did with Mark and Sanch was for that show, the Arnold Brazil. Beef Wellington
Yes.
was in the lineup.
Yep.
Yes.
Beirut Tabani won that show.
When he competes
a
again,
hotel
we
room.
should
Oh no,
all have
that's a
Beef
different
Wellingtons.
one. That's a different one. This is the 2022 he competed in.
I still like that other show better.
Vitor Boff won the one that he placed
Yep,
fourth.
the one before.
And he looked good at that show.
Yeah.
Really good. Conditioning
Real
was
dry.
ridiculous, man. But this guy here, he could mix up that third place spot.
I think
He looks more solid than he was.
I don't think he'll beat Ali Edward though.
I don't know. No.
He outweighs Ali
don't
Edwards
think he
by
has the
about
back.
35 pounds.
Really?
I don't think he has the back.
It's a lot of weight.
It is a lot of weight.
So this is
but, I
2
mean,
weeks ago.
Yeah,
So he's
it
probably
is.
leaner.
I still don't think he has
mean, it's
the
been a
back
few years,
or the
I mean-
proportions.
The hamstrings are a little shallow.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't
Yeah.
have near the back. Not even in the same conversation
Yeah.
as Ali Edward.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the conditioning
doesn't
if that
have
was
the
2 weeks ago.
True.
Doesn't have the
Yeah,
balance from
back,
top to
not a lot of
bottom either.
detail. The front looks fun.
He's good. He is good. His front relaxed would win the
fun,
show
what
if that
fun.
was the only
Yeah, the
post,
front looks
I'll say
fun.
that.
I mean, it's
What
inviting.
about? Have you seen Ahmed Al Rifi? He could be a wild
Check him
card.
out.
Let's take a look.
Pull him up.
Pull him up. Jamie,
Let's see him.
Yeah, Jamie,
Hey, you know
can you
what?
pull
We
that
should
up?
check that guy out.
which one is it? The Khalifi?
The very first guy,
I don't know.
Ahmed Al Rifi.
trying to find his Instagram. I'm at.
Oh my god, finding some internet.
I just stay away from that. I go
Instagrams.
right.
don't know why they
to
have
their
different names on the
NPC
competitive
sites.
list. Always.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I don't know if people want to watch.
We've been through it. Everybody's been through it on their podcasts at this point. You know, some guys just don't have like. It's not a matter of not having a social media presence. It's a matter of just having nothing there. It's like, well, then I can't really talk about you. You know.
Holy cow, Mark! That's an old one.
Yeah, it's sort of hard. I'll look on muscle memory and stuff like that and try to find whatever I can on people and
Look at
stuff, and
this.
Google
Is that
image
Bob?
search and all that. But
Yeah,
is that Bob? In the
he looked like
DMs?
this was 2 years ago, so he could be with this frame here. That could be dangerous. With a
I'm
little
concerned
bit of,
about the back.
Those
in first
biceps.
impression.
yeah.
are-
There
those
was no
biceps are a little bit suspicious, boys.
From the front, those look like some Rich Piana biceps.
So really good.
No, pump it up.
I think he'll be good at this show.
Yeah.
Put it up.
He got, yeah, I don't know.
His side chest is very good.
Yeah,
In the
there's
upper body.
possibilities here. It's bad pictures.
Yep.
He's got no calves.
Holy cow!
I mean, he's back
Zero
in carbs,
calves.
but the carbs don't really matter. I mean,
Not anymore. Doesn't seem
that don't
to anyway.
matter.
He shoot his calves.
Oh, Enrico
Good side chest.
Hoffman
That side chest
looks
wasn't bad.
promising.
Oh, he's in this one. I know.
Yeah, he looks fun.
Yeah, he looks
Are we
very.
doing a top 5 or a
fun.
top 6?
I think the top 3 is probably most appropriate.
Yeah, I couldn't. Unfortunately, I couldn't name you top 5 guys
appropriate.
without looking at the list.
I got
Phoenix.
I just this is
I
not
got
what you
Vincent,
would
I
call a
love you
deep
right now. I think that's most appropriate.
Oh, this is Enrico.
Yeah.
I'll just pull a Bob Cicherillo. I'm just calling it how it is.
I mean, if he comes in condition, he can. He's-
If he comes in condition,
I think he's placed top 6.
what about Lorenzo?
Yeah, I think Enrico Hoffman placed as high as like third, didn't he, or
He
something?
got he got third at Romania.
Is he the shorter one there? I'm confused.
Yep.
Okay.
That was the 2022 Romania, though. It's a while back.
Yep.
What about
That,
Lorenzo Laui?
There was another guy that competed with him, Ethan something, German guy. He passed away this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot what his name was, but I remember they both were like side by side.
Like the girl from Twins.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, yeah. You're making fun of two people now that have died.
That's a bring back from the very first of the video, Xavier.
That was hours ago.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I know.
Was not here.
Felt like yesterday.
Glad I wasn't.
No,
Yeah, it looked like-
Lorenzo, he looks pretty good. I think.
Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Wait, Mark, did you do your predictions video yet? Or you just
I set it all up. I'm about to. I just haven't recorded it yet, so I made all my. I recorded it in my mind.
Nathan Styles is a name I'm familiar with.
He's a
but I
big
don't know what
giant.
he looks like.
He's a big, tall fella.
Oh yes, I did look that guy up, and he's gonna look small.
Good legs, though.
Oh, he's big of a lineup though, but the midsection, the last show was just a bit distended. Like his side chest when he went into it, like his arms were quite high, and because he's tall, I could see the midsection distending below it.
His arms are
But he's
smaller.
a big,
Giant.
he's a
Oh,
big,
geez.
hard guy.
There's a couple of big giants in this one. Josh Malley's 6'6", right?
He's what, Xavier?
Oh no, Josh Malley is the guy I was
Yeah,
thinking of. This guy actually has pretty good proportions in comparison.
He's got good legs, this
not
dude.
bad.
Yeah,
Who's
big
this guy?
hard guy.
Yeah.
Right here.
I said he's a big, hard guy. And,
Hell yeah.
I try so hard.
Lord.
I use all these adjectives in my videos, and I try so hard not to say certain things. Like I always try to say back poses, not back shots. I always try to say, he's ripped and hard, or he's full and hard. And even that, I try not to say that. I try not to say big and hard. I try to stay away from so many different combinations of adjectives, and it's actually pretty difficult.
I think it's fun to go there.
Yeah,
I think it's fun
Yeah,
to go there.
It's fun.
Keep a straight
Yeah.
face.
I just don't care. I'll just
No.
Thick and
His
dense.
back shots were killer, man.
Yeah.
I always
Thick
say
and
shots.
shots.
They used to give
I
me
said-
a
I
hard
said
time
one-
for saying shots.
I said something once and I recorded it and I'm like, this one just can't go in. I'm like, I wasn't even trying to be funny and I wasn't laughing and people are going to see it and be like, wow, that sounded real. Like it was something about like, coming in and hard. And, wow, that was
I've heard
horrible.
you say that. I think I did hear you say that.
Yeah, I've said it a few times, I think,
released
but
will be on
It-
Xavier
it was in
Rose and
combination.
his questionable sexuality.
Now we're gonna switch to the Patreon.
I mean,
That's
doing
full on
one.
my channel. Yeah.
This one's private. It's like you could clip
Yeah, see his
any
arms.
of our videos.
His arms don't match them big legs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the
body-
Bodybuilding
lats-
makes Xavier switch
the
teams.
lats were
Yes
really
or no?
high.
True.
That'll be my next poll.
What
I mean,
about
the way I've got
did
it,
say
would
he
know,
loved me.
I'm down with it.
did you guys look at
Yeah,
Diego
it's-
Nunes
yeah,
yet?
No.
Diego Nunes.
Let's take a look.
I vaguely know who that is.
That Lorenzo guy, he's promising too.
Yeah, bring both of them up. Sorry, Sanj.
You know what though, I
Bring 'em
do
both
I
up.
do enjoy that we do have a couple of shows closer to the Olympia and not just the Legion kind of thing. That I wish that there was other guys that were jumping into it. Even somebody to come in and say, you know what, I'm going to challenge Hunter Labrada, because there's guys that could have pulled a certain strategy, such as what Hunter pulled last year, of
that'd be
doing
crazy.
something. Well, this is just it. Where Hunter did 2 shows specifically last year in order to perfect the peak. Why not somebody else 4 weeks from the Olympia in order to try the same?
I don't think that worked for
Hunter.
Hunter.
4 weeks.
Rubiel should do it.
Rubio should compete. Rubio should compete. Full stop.
Well, Cormier said it. He said he needs stage experience. He hasn't been on the stage enough. It's like
I think he
maybe
needs
he's just
treadmill experience.
skipping it.
I think he needs suffering experience. He needs to suffer.
I just think that I don't know. He just the outside perception that we get from the podcasts that we see, what gets put out is that yes, he trains, he goes to the gym, but is he locked in?
Yeah.
Like, is he doing anything like what Hunter Labrada is doing for this Italy Pro? And from the outside perspective, we get the idea. And look, Chris Cormier is Team Rubiel. He'll stick up for him. And even from Chris, he gets asked certain hard questions from DJ, and the way it comes off from Chris is like he can't really say anything else because Chris isn't going to lie, but he will avoid saying things that might throw Rubiel under the bus. And you can see it. You can see like he's protecting him.
I spoke to Chris Cormier. After I put out a video about when Rubiel talked about being forced to go to Oxygen Gym and not being able to work with Francisco Jose Espin, and how Rubiel specifically said on that podcast, you can go back and watch my video on it, he specifically said that he would not allow Chris to coach him, and that Chris was a guy that he would use for basically posing practice. Chris Cormier saw my video, he contacted me on Instagram, and I spoke to him on the phone for about 40 minutes right before the New York Pro, and he laid all of it out for me. And I understand why Rubiel is exactly where he is. And what it comes down to for me, my dissertation of that conversation, is the guy just is not willing to fucking suffer. That's what I think it comes to. He had all the help in the world in order to facilitate these things to be to his advantage, as all of the top athletes have. These guys have massive advantages over other competitors. Meal plans and coaches and protocols and the best of this, everything. He won't use it to his advantage. He won't do it. I don't think you will ever see Rubiel truly show up on stage. When it comes to the public eye, Chris is putting it out there of needing to back him. I feel, and I cannot substantiate this based on the conversation I had with him, but I feel it is because of the fact that they are sponsored by the same company. He wants to back him, and you should want to back him when it comes to that. But it is getting to the point where it just seems a little bit ridiculous because the guy just hasn't showed up to 4 shows in a row. 4 shows in a row. You can't back a guy like that, man. It'll be to your own self-sabotage. That's where I'm at with it.
I got that
And the thing
perspective
is,
too.
yeah.
100%.
And the thing about it is as well, it's like people will get on bodybuilders, and sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, because like they leave a sponsor or they leave a coach, and I'm like, if this was happening to any amateur bodybuilder or any guy that's a low level pro or whatever, we wouldn't be talking about it, and people wouldn't be worried about it, because straight away what we do, and to some extent, and especially some other people, they'll go, and fans will go, what went wrong between these two guys for the coaches? And sometimes there's nothing, and sometimes there is something, and sometimes it's said that there's nothing, but sometimes there is still something. So we go, okay, is there some shit going on? You know what I mean? That's going to come out some way or another. It's going to get posted on Instagram or whatever. And sometimes we get shit bagged as well for putting it out, and it's like, well, it's going to come out. Otherwise, it's just going to be chatter on social media. But yeah, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, exactly. But the thing with Rubiel is that it affects the promoters, because if you say you're doing this show, and then you don't show up, there's people that have bought tickets potentially thinking you're going to do it that are going to be disappointed.
Exactly.
So that's unfair on the promoters to do that, because maybe the promoters actually did that year sell another 15 tickets, 20 tickets, 30, 50 tickets based on that guy saying he's going to do the show, like a Rubiel. But the thing is, it doesn't make the show look good long term, because if it's cancelled, then it's like, oh, are they really going to do it? Maybe I'll wait till the last minute to buy my tickets next year. So that's why I feel like it's actually, this actually is something wrong where you're saying you're doing shows and you're just not. It's not like a guy switching a coach and going like, oh, well, I think that this went wrong between them, and going, I don't like that guy. This is cancelling 4 shows. It's
Not good.
And the frustrating part is that he has such potential. And that's what this really comes down to, as to my extreme frustration is I want to see this guy show up. I want to see 100% Rubiel Mascara. Everybody wants to see it. I think we can all agree on that. That is the extreme frustrating part, and why I can't get past this. Because if he was to really show up, if he was to really show up, what is that going to do in the Pro League? What will that do on the Olympia stage? I don't know, because he has a structure unlike any I've ever seen. Will his midsection really be that much of a disadvantage compared to the rest of his muscularity? I don't know until he's standing next to these people. He won't be able to stand next to the best of the best in the world at the Olympia until he really dials himself in. And we just haven't seen it. It comes from a place of being just such a huge fan of his potential. And I just want to make sure that that's clear, because I feel like I'm ragging on the guy a lot. And to an extent I am, and I think it is fairly deserved to a certain extent as well. But it's only because I really just want to see the guy show up.
That's a
It's a frustration. That's like a fan frustration, man. And I get that as well, because it's funny. Like seeing, like you see behind the curtain, and then you see, like, obviously you guys hear some stuff behind the curtains as well, and then you see stuff and how it's perceived as well, and you get to see sort of both sides. And with certain guys, it's like with Regan, for example, I think people have had that same sort of thing where it's been perceived by, from what Milos has said publicly and what's been sort of put out there, but Regan isn't maybe locked in. But then I take a step back as well, and I'm like, if I was Regan and I said to myself, okay, 10, 15 years ago, whatever, I'm going to go all in on bodybuilding, see how that goes. Yeah, maybe he becomes Mr. Olympia. But Regan probably has more money than most people, and he's going to have a very good life extended out after bodybuilding because of the way he's set himself up now, and he's still winning pro shows. So winning pro shows, making shitloads of money, he's locked that in. If you were him, would you go, hey, I'm going to throw that away and redo my career and take more stuff and push my weight higher to try to win an Olympia where I might not have more money, but I might have a chance of winning it? It's like, I think I'd probably go the Regan lifestyle if you've got a family life and he's got a kid on the way as well. So I don't hate that at all. But the thing with Rubiel as well, it's not like he's dumping so much more time into something else and stuff. So with Regan, I'm like, I've got respect for that. Like, he's hustling and he's still being a pro.
And
that's pretty damn
at least
cool.
Regan competes. At least Regan.
Yeah, and we don't know,
he competes.
And we don't know how much really these guys put into their prep exactly. Like Rubiel, he's still got some lines and stuff in his body, and you're still going to be hurting to an extent to get that. But is it he's 90% versus someone else's 100? That last 10% is where you go from placing a third or fourth in the show that he did, fourth, to winning it. And that's a lot of money's difference too. So that would have been something where he would have made a lot more money from going in. Potentially.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's that last layer of conditioning. It's like Carlos Thomas.
I agree fully.
He needs that last little layer of conditioning.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to hit it, man.
If not, then they're just never going to place.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
No. You're right. But when it does come to Italy, see, this is my regular setup, so you guys got to bear with me. I made it worse. But anyway,
Any other exciting names in Italy?
Presti.
Presti.
I thought you said crusty.
Yeah,
He
Presti
said
the
crusty.
I thought he said he was out for
You ever hear him try to
Is Presti
spell
out for the Olympia?
Shiksa? Remember he tried to spell Shiksa?
I can't remember.
S-H-I. I think there's a T in there. Okay.
I hope he doesn't wear that mask on stage, but yeah.
Okay. What's going on
Not
here?
off season.
He is.
He's Italian, apparently.
Something's
Was he on the
off.
list?
Oh, it's
He's on the
Presti.
list.
I didn't even realize.
Presti's a second place lock.
What list? The
Easily.
list for the next cast in the Marvel Comics movie?
I'm so sad that he lost his Mr. Big. Was it the Mr.
Yeah,
Big?
that streak. Yep.
He had 3, and that's the longest reigning title right now. Andrew Jack has the title right now. Most titles in a row is the Texas Pro. Because
in the
In a
open.
row, yeah.
there's been no Olympia reigns in the Open, yeah.
Yeah, Kyron Holden,
Yes.
he's won the Legion Sports 5 years in a row.
Oh, in
Sydney
classic.
Gillen's on 7, I think.
Really?
You figure, yeah. She's won 7 in a row, I think.
Yeah,
Or
she's
6.
she's won a lot.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but yeah,
6 or
to
7
be
in a
fair,
row.
like if we stick to open, yep.
She's figure. She's
but
figure.
And no one really defends their
Is-
titles until we've really seen it from this guy and Andrew Jack.
Yeah, I know. Nobody
That's
talks
the way we
about
can
that.
see We have. We
Andrew
years
Jack
ago.
has 3, doesn't he?
Yep.
3 in a row.
2022,
Yes, he
3
does.
and 4. There was a guy that won the Chicago Pro a bunch of times.
Oh, Rowley did that a few times.
No, he wasn't as famous
He
as
competed
Rory.
against-
He was at the 2017 Olympia, the guy I'm talking about. Great
Michael
abs.
Lockett.
Yes.
Good one.
Yes. Ask Dylan. He knows everything.
I do.
Yeah, he won like
Michael
3
Dylan,
Chicago
king of
Pros in a row or something like that.
Did he?
I think
I know
so.
that. I knew he did it a few times though. Yeah, looking back on it, I
Yeah,
remember
not that
just
good at the
seeing
Olympia,
that-
though.
He didn't do good at the Olympia.
Hold on. Is Presti the solid second place?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
How
so.
many
I
pro
think
shows
so.
has he won?
A lot.
I wouldn't lock it in, but I would say I'm pretty sure that I'm 80% sure that he'll be top 2. 85.
I'd lock it in just as much as I'd lock in Hunter, to be honest.
No.
No.
Okay.
Hunter's
Okay.
guaranteed.
No. They want Hunter at the
I think-
Olympia.
I think,
No, I
Dylan,
mean-
what
I
you
mean-
is yes.
Yeah, Presti's just as good for second as Hunter is for first.
What's the percentage chance that something goes wrong and Hunter loses? Like, is it
0%.
Like
Statistically,
Same as
zero.
Andrew Jack. Same as Andrew Jack losing that Texas. About the same.
0, man.
Yeah.
Statistically.
the
I
chances
would
of the
say-
league not letting Hunter get to the Olympia is about as
There's
slim
more.
as-
Okay, there's more of a chance than
Andrew
Andrew Jack.
losing.
There's more of a chance than Andrew Jack.
But Andrew Jack was like 1%. He would have to. There'd have to be something that went so badly wrong with that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, those guys in second and third were good, and that's why I think Andrew
They-
Jack at the Olympia.
That was the,
They,
was
yeah,
an
they-
issue.
that,
they
that
were
was
probably
Jordan Hutchinson
more
and Nathan
conditioned.
Epler, and they were good.
Because Jordan Hutchinson
They were-
isn't
they were-
small,
No.
and he brought the conditioning, but it looked crazy. Like, so I'm like, if Jordan Hutchinson and Nate Epler are guys that I think could have qualified. I think if they competed in the right shows last year, they qualified for the Olympia last year.
Sure.
So you think about it, like I think they're Olympia sort of level guys. Maybe not top 10 yet, but Olympia level. And for Andrew Jack to look that good against them, and they were in condition, man. Like both those guys in second and third, especially I'd say Nate was maybe in a little bit sharper. He sort of came in a little bit fuller, but even though you might not see with Nate the super dry detailing in certain body parts, that is saran wrapped, skin on that muscle. Like I'm such a big fan of those two guys, and just Andrew's like
Now, was Nate?
Crazy.
Was he a top 4 212 or top 6?
I think top 5.
Was it 5?
yeah. I thought he's fourth. Yeah,
I thought it was
But,
Yeah,
fourth.
maybe
4th or 5th.
So it's like
Yeah.
he can make it in the open ranks.
yeah.
Give him another year. Yep.
Yeah.
If he
Nate
gets
Spear.
big,
Nate
Nate
Upler.
Spear.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Right,
Nate
yeah.
Spear.
Oh, no,
Nate.
no.
Okay, yeah.
Nate Spear.
Nate Spear just followed me on Instagram.
Spear's good, man.
I like it.
Nate Spear's good.
He just followed
Nate
me.
Spear is amazing.
He is when he starts following you.
Dylan, your sarcasm is dangerous. Okay.
No, he
I
tried
said
to
he was
explain earlier how he's not sarcastic, but he is, and that's supposed to be
That's
humor.
not. No. I
Humor
was-
is
I
a
was
tricky
making-
thing.
I was making an objective analysis of the post irony literature, media, whatever you call it.
And you used
You
one
cannot
word
make
that I thought was
Any
funny.
sense?
Yeah,
that
too many
doesn't make
layers.
any sense.
And I said- and what was that word? Rot.
Rot. The only thing funny that he said.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was explaining what Gen Z humor is. It's post irony.
Unless I'm laughing, that ain't funny.
It's not supposed to be.
See? That's funny. Like when I made
Can
fun
we
of Bob,
talk-
when I made fun of Bob's eyeballs going like that halfway through his podcast, they start going cross and he looks like a big alien. That's funny.
Can we talk
That
about
is
how
funny.
Patrick Moore's coming back to the UK?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
let's
You
finish
gonna
with
talk
a little
about how
bit of
that's
UK
fun?
Patrick Moore, he looked jacked. You guys see the arm on that guy?
Oh, please. I just wanted to bring him up so I can hate.
dunk on him.
No, no.
He's a
the
classic
future.
one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
There's not too
unfortunately,
many
he
guys
just
that only
hasn't.
nailed it once.
New blood.
It's very odd. I
He didn't
think
nail it once though, because he looked good in Cali where he qualified.
He did,
Yeah, but not quite like at the
Beat him
Olympia.
this time. Yeah,
At that Olympia, man.
But yeah, but that was
Oh,
2019,
that
no?
was a marvel.
Yeah. He got that bad 10th place though. If you place
That's the
10th, you
curse.
will never win the Olympia.
Yes.
Nobody that's ever placed 10th
really?
won the
That's
Olympia.
the curse.
And they've danced around it too. 11th, 9th, never 10th. Never 10th.
He's not trying to win the Olympia though. He's just
No.
trying to bring his best, man. He's just
Who, Patrick?
yeah.
He had that unfortunate
never brings
injury
his best.
too. A very
I know
unfortunate
he never
injury.
brings his best, but there is something that I really like about the guy, man.
Oh,
like how
I
he calls
love
himself
his
the
physique.
future.
I love his physique.
resilience. Yeah. Well,
He
that
doesn't
was like
still
the
call
whole
himself
push
the
from him
future.
and with Phil Heath. Like there was like a huge like media push for a while.
Yes,
I
going
didn't
into
like
the
that.
Arnold Classic.
Yep.
And he sucked at the Arnold Classic.
Yeah.
Everybody was disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible for me to say he sucked. He had a world-class physique, and I'm sitting here going,
This guy
You're
sucks.
always better worded.
he doesn't like other like YouTube outlets and stuff.
He definitely does not.
He used to fight with Fernando Arroyo all the time.
Ah.
Oh, did he?
And it's like he's putting your name out into public. Why would you be upset at this? It's like if Bob Cicherillo talks about me, I think that's cool that Bob Cicherillo, even if he's hating on me, I think that's cool.
The guy stands on the Olympia stage every year. Like,
Yes.
he has
Nick
time to
Walker
talk
said,
about
"Mute
me.
that crap." I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. He said, "Mute that crap."
Oh, well, Nick Walker.
What did you say?
He went to play one of my videos on Fluid
yeah,
Obiads.
yeah.
And hello everyone, Mark here. Mute that crap, he said.
I remember.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yes. Nick Walker was annoyed by me. Yes.
Life accomplishment.
That wasn't yesterday either. Yeah.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
quite funny. It's quite funny when if you're listening to a podcast and then someone says like mentions you and thinking that you won't hear it, sort of thing. You know, like I heard you mentioned by someone the other day, Mark. I don't know what podcast it was or what channel or whatever it was, but I heard you mentioned. And I was like, oh, it's funny. And then I see sometimes like just people mention from time to time on other podcasts, and I'm like, it's quite funny when you just like I'm walking around like listening to them in my ear. I remember I heard like the Primetime Muscle guys, and Tarek's like, follow Desktop Bodybuildings or your life will be awful. And I'm listening to it. Like, he calls me Xavier's, like I've got like Xavier's Wills from Desktop Bodybuildings. I love Tarek, like he's so cool like that. So I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I like Derek too. You get mentioned a
Otherwise,
lot.
Olympia TV. They had you as a guest on Olympia TV before.
Yes, you were on Dave's
yeah, I've been on
show
there
and
a
stuff
few
like
times.
that.
So.
Oh, he's
You're
been on
you're
RX.
well
Yeah.
you're well respected amongst the bodybuilding community.
Absolutely.
Well,
Thanks, man. I mean, look,
Well,
He
there's
is.
a few things.
He is as respected as you can be.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, doing
Xavier's put the
YouTube,
work
it's
in for a long
pretty
time, so-
hard.
Yeah, it's hard to make good content with trying to please all the bodybuilders. It's like
Yes.
Don't even.
You will
bother
never
trying,
play. You will
man.
never please
Yeah.
them all.
no.
No.
Like
Don't even
I
bother
thought
trying.
Phil Clahar was upset that I did a comparison with him and Bob, and he posted the thing on Instagram. Mark did a comparison when I'm 48 and Bob was in his prime. And then Bob gets upset because he thinks that I used his prime. I never said prime. Phil said prime. I said in the video it wasn't in his prime. So I got crap on his side and that side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever, guys. I tried to set the comparison up
It's actually
so
quite
Phil
funny.
would
I
win.
mentioned
Otherwise, I would have used a better version of
funny.
Bob.
It's funny because I've had it where I've mentioned two people in a story, right? And then people will comment, like, "Oh, you're just team Samson, or your team this person, or your team this person, or
Nick
whoever."
Walker
Right? I'm
fanboy.
not saying that Samson ever got upset with me because he never has, but yeah, they've said like your team this, and then that person, but apparently I'm team them. That person will be upset with me.
Yeah.
It's like you cannot, like, sometimes with some certain people, like, it's very hard to win on that.
Yeah,
But
you're better
I'm not
off just
complaining. I
saying
like it.
what your opinion is, and then let them
That's
deal
it.
with
Let the chips fall where they will.
Yeah. But there's certain guys that will. Like Bob knew Phil Clahar. He's a commenter. He comments on videos. He knew he was going to get a reaction out of him.
Yep.
So why?
And he got it.
He got it.
Bob
He
and
got
Sean
it.
Oh
put
yeah,
out another
Bob
video.
knows what he's doing.
Yes, I seen that. They just put it
Yeah,
out.
they
I
put
never.
out another one where they kind of backtracked on a lot of what they said. you know.
Yeah, I'm not even going to
Like,
watch it.
contradicted.
To be honest.
They contradicted themselves quite a bit in the first 15 minutes that I watched. But
If Matt makes a reply, I'll watch that video.
I'm just trying
Yeah,
to catch
I
up on
can't-
Cutler
I-
Cast. Like, there's so much stuff out there, man.
and you know what? And to me, that's better. That's better bodybuilding content. You know, I want to try and move away from. I mean, not necessarily paying attention to it, but I mean, with the Olympia coming up, I just want to see what these guys are going to look like. I want to do my predictions like I did back in 2022. I want to be able to talk with you guys about what's coming up when it comes. There's. It seems like more and more there's been more of this emphasis on. Man, it's just fucking drama shit, you know? It doesn't have anything to do with the bodybuilders more so than it does this drama. And sometimes people do need to be put in their place, and they do need to be called out, and they do need to be told. And we have the outlets for that, and that's great. And I think that that is proper. A lot of people say that, oh, well, that's bad for body. No, I don't think that's true at all.
No.
Watch what you want to watch, consume what you want to consume.
Them people got to get with the times. It's like, what do you want to put your magazine out and cancel all YouTube channels? It's like, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
It's just not gonna happen.
Look at any other industry, every other sport, every other industry. Well, look at MMA. Do they talk shit about each other? Do they have drama? Yeah, and it sells too.
Racing.
Do you want to watch? Hey, when Conor McGregor talks mad crap about someone when he's getting in a fight, when Khabib's when he's throwing chairs at Khabib's bus, do you want to see them fight after that? I do.
And that's so the thing. At the end of the day, you want to see those guys in the ring just as much as we want to see these guys step on stage, and that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and if I was commentating on UFC, would I say Conor went way too far by having his people throw chairs and stuff on the bus? I would call him out on it, but it makes it fun overall. Still, it's like so. I can we can call whoever. We can say Nick Walker. Did he go too far? Is that disrespectful? Him saying that he's going to win the Olympia and saying about Derek Lunsford. But I don't hate that, and I love Nick. I think Nick's an awesome dude. So I never want these people to think that I'm having a shot at them like Nick Walker explodes. No, not that I'd probably say that. But
it's tricky.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Nick Walker explodes in this guy, or like Nick Walker guarantees a win or something like that. If he says I'm going to win this Olympia, I might put something like Nick Walker predicts win, or so you know what I mean, something like that, or but I might use an image of him being like.
It's part of the story and it's part of the journey, and that's one thing where Bob has constantly said nobody cares about your journey. I wholeheartedly 110% disagree, because the fans do care about the journey. On stage it doesn't matter, I agree, but to say that nobody cares about your journey is extremely false, because
whose journey is he talking about?
He's talking about any bodybuilder that steps on stage when it comes to leading up to the stage. Their trials, tribulations, their suffering, all this stuff. People do want to know that stuff, especially when the information has been put out there a myriad of times that, there's no personalities in bodybuilding. Well, that's the opportunity for personalities to get out there and be more engaging with fans. To say that nobody cares about your journey, when it comes to stepping on stage, I agree. When it comes to the vast majority of bodybuilding fans, incorrect to say so, because they do care. I care. I do. I do care about that shit.
Yeah, I think with the bodybuilding media, what I've learned from speaking to some of these like top guys is that I think sometimes that there has been some channels in the past, or there has been some things said, I suppose, or there's been rumors, or there's been things on Instagram or whatever, where these bodybuilders have put something out, tried to be honest about things, and then there's been blowback, and we've all seen it. We've
misconstrued,
all,
maybe.
Some things get misconstrued, or someone puts something out, and then someone, we've seen it where people put out the wrong information completely, and they're just like, man, I'm trying to do the right thing, I'm trying to keep my fans involved, and they're just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Or they think that they might place a certain place, and they're like, because of what they've said publicly, and they want to keep this clean image. We've got to make sure that the guys that, I think Nick Walker, I really like Nick Walker, but I think he was a little bit more fun when he had the Arsman t-shirts, because it's him. You know what I mean? That's him. That part, I think, has been suppressed a little bit publicly, which is what I think fans really want to see, because it's funny, they get a laugh with all the personality of Nick Walker, because he's a good dude. You know what I mean? So I want all that to be out there. I don't want these guys to be suppressed, because you look at, if you're in Australia, you see the Australian rules football, all these guys are media trained like crazy, and it sucks. Yeah, no, we look at it 1 week at a time. Yeah, just a good win for the team. It's like,
hate it.
Boring as. You go to the NBA, they're like, he smack talking. I can't. I've got the next date of the game, written down. And everyone's like, hell yeah. They're like June 17th. These two guys are going to go at it, and then they get in a bit of a shove, and it's fun. Yeah. But you suppress these, I just hate the suppression of speech, because it makes it boring. And like the NBA, you look at, they're going down. Like the woke goes up, the views go down, with the NBA. You can see that, and how much they're trying to suppress these guys now a little bit more, and everything has to be, proper.
Proper. Can we make some Olympia predictions?
No?
Sure.
let's mix an Olympia. I say let's mix it. Let's make just something a little loose. Like what is everyone's mood at the moment?
I'll give you my top. I'll give you my
We can
top
just do
3.
6 or 5 or whatever.
Samson.
We don't even need to put something. I just want to get the general mood of everybody here.
Yeah, give it the old Dennis James
Surprise
treatment
fifth
where it changes
place.
every week.
I really want to know Kinson's.
Yeah, I know you do. You heard
Okay,
it there,
let's
like,
hear.
earlier this week.
No, let's just hear. Let's just hear.
It'll be
Let's
the same thing. Same
just tell the class. Tell the class.
Okay, so this is what. So Dylan wants to hear mine, so then he can say, "Okay, and now I'm going to tell you why I think everything he says is completely fucking wrong." So let's
No.
do it. Okay, let's do it. Okay.
I'm just gonna get a drink. I can
and-
still hear you guys.
No, we'll wait.
No, we'll
Just
wait.
kidding.
No.
Go.
No, don't wait. That'd be weird. I'm gonna come back.
I know your
Weird.
kitchen's
That's
just.
gonna
I know
be
your
a little-
kitchen's just behind your green screen. It's fine.
Oh, he turned the camera off because he's not wearing pants.
That's hot.
I'm also not wearing pants.
Okay,
Judge-
everybody
judges
stand
don't
up.
wear
1,
pants.
2, 3.
Judges,
Why is
they
mine,
don't- they don't
why is
wear
mine so small? Yo, what was that?
I said I'm wearing fucking pants, Dylan. Anyway, you want to hear my top?
I was getting changed, yo. I was getting changed. Henson knows what I'm talking about. I was
Laundry day, nothing clean, right?
getting changed, dog.
Non-knocking motherfuckers.
All right.
The top four, the top four, the fourth to sixth was in question for me, but I do know that I have Samson, Hunter, and Nick in fourth to sixth. Now, as of my last podcast, I had something like Nick in fourth, Hunter in fifth, Samson in sixth.
Yes, you
But
had
I do-
Samson way down there.
Wow.
That's not way down. That's not.
That
way
is
You are
way
a
down there.
Samson hater, and you got too
He
much
is.
faith in Andrew Jack.
He is. He's an Andrew apostle. He is.
Andrew Jack's glutes are going to be like this come Olympia time. Just hang in there.
Exactly.
The wind. They're
Exactly.
going to put the wind. They blow the wind in. And it's going to go. They're going to call him Soggy Glutes Andrew Jack.
Where does Curry land in that lineup?
Curry.
I'm reading Curry right now. What
His
I
little
can tell
legs
you
are going to
is
be like that,
I will
dangling
be-
down.
I will be correct, and then Dylan and Mark will have time to stew and say, "Well, he was right, but I'm not going to agree with
Hey.
him when I'm back online."
I'll admit
there's
it.
No, there is. Yeah, I will. I'd be
Yeah, Mark
absolutely
will.
shocked if
will
Samson was
admit
all the way down in six. That would be insane. For one, I don't think wherever they place, I don't think Samson is placing lower than Andrew. But both of them so far apart is very odd to me.
Yeah,
I spoke of
very
the
comparable.
I spoke of the uncertainty. I spoke of the uncertainty in Samson's camp last time, and since
Okay.
then I actually did a little bit of research on who's doing his protocols because I looked into it. The guy seems to be employed by Merrick Health, but
Yeah.
he doesn't look like he's done anything substantial when it comes to bodybuilding himself, even competing. I haven't seen it. I can't say that this guy has been on that level. And his wife has not been on that level, except for maybe the couple of shows where Samson was basically already in shape. Call it what it is.
Okay.
That's why that's why I have him where I have him.
So why? To me, I'm where you are at with Samson, but with Andrew, because uncertainty.
Yeah.
The level of uncertainty with Andrew and Samson is maybe about even, but Samson's already surpassed Andrew's conditioning. So, to me, Andrew is.
Where did Xavier go?
Yeah, where's Xavier?
He just.
He's getting a glass of water.
Oh, that's right. But if I'm going to go with uncertainty, I'm going to go with a guy with a slightly better track record. You know, like why do you not
Exactly.
have that? Why do you not have that same uncertainty when it comes to Andrew? Because he's yet to bring anything that resembles even what Samson is bringing, and Samson hasn't knocked it out of the park by any means.
But he usually does good at the Olympia.
Fairly good. I mean,
2022, he surpassed everybody's expectations. He
That's
did pretty good.
true.
And then the next
I
year
am
he
basing-
placed third.
I am basing it all entirely on Andrew's package that he brought to the Texas Pro. And as we discussed last time, there are some very knockout shots in the top six lineup where Andrew takes it. He takes the front double. Mark, put your fucking hands down. He takes the.
There was a piece of dirt on my camera.
Good. Well, get a cloth next time. No, he takes the front double. Andrew takes the front double from everybody in that lineup.
First two shots, easy.
Okay.
And Andy takes the abs and thigh. That's 3 out of 8 that he wins hands down. Who's beating him in the abs and thigh?
Hattie's pretty good in the abs.
Okay, and then he has 2 shots that are non-existent. Like most of everybody
Andrew
beats
has
him in the back
best
poses.
midsection in the IFBB that anybody has ever seen.
I like Hattie's.
I heard someone actually saying, I saw someone saying that they thought Hardy had the best ab and thigh, hands down by far. I disagree. I agree with you, Kenson. I think Andrew Jack, hands down,
Thank you.
one of the best ab and thighs ever, let alone.
I think
Hardy has the best midsection. Andrew has the best abs and thighs. I think the two are different things.
3 out of 8 shots, Andrew takes them.
And then he falls off a cliff in 5 of the other ones.
He is
What-
actually. I don't agree with that at all. No.
Why is Hardy's midsection better than Andrew's?
The cuts are deeper.
Harder because
The cuts are deeper.
Cuts are deeper,
the cuts are
overall
deeper,
harder.
but his waist is wider.
Yeah,
That's part of the midsection, right?
I would go with the more streamlined.
Andrew has bigger glutes. Well, that's true. Andrew has bigger
Why are we
obliques.
talking about glutes? Why are you thinking about glutes?
It's all in my mind. It's in my mind. So, sorry,
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
sorry.
If Hattie's conditioning head to toe, like his wheels and everything, they make Andrew Jack look like he's carrying a layer of water on his physique, then I could see. But that would be the only way. These Olympia versions that Andrew Jack brought, go look at his abs and thigh compared to the Texas. It's not even the same
His
pose.
pose wasn't that good either. So.
No, Olympia, he just gets. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He improved
What?
his posing at the Texas Pro. He was
Yes.
posing like an open bodybuilder.
Arms were good. He looked awesome. He looked good.
He's
last
only been
time.
he's only been at the O
he's
twice
top
when you think about it.
Yeah.
Two
times.
shows he's messed up.
Same as Samson.
Who's
Right?
he beating in the rear double and the rear lat spread?
But Samson's been around since.
Who's he beating in the
2018?
rear double and the rear lat?
Jack was around in another league, but not like Samson's been around. Samson competed way back when.
Like with the condition.
I'd say Hunter. I'd say he's beating Hunter in the rear double and maybe not the rear lat.
Okay, but anyone else in the top 3, like the last year's top 3.
No,
Rear lat, no.
Body or Derek. No.
That's 2 shots.
Yeah, but that still
that was
puts him
good,
in
though.
3rd place. I'm not putting him in 1st. I'm putting him in 3rd.
Oh, that's
his back is improved. It's just his condition.
yeah. I'm not convinced we're gonna get that. I'm not convinced we're gonna get that condition.
Mark, you need to sit on your hands, okay?
You're grounded.
And just
been
one
on
thing
too
as well,
long.
like we consider like
My lord.
Andrew and Samson are the tall guys, and we've got the shorter guys with Hardy and Derek, and then you know, Nick Walker and stuff like that. But when you think about it, you got Samson at what 5'11", 6 foot. You got Andrew Jack at 6'2", and then you've got the shorter guys. Could Andrew and Samson get put in the middle? And Samson, if Samson just say he's his best ever, which I have a feeling, I had like a massive chat with Samson on the phone the other day, and I have a feeling that Samson's like pretty well locked in for this one, and he's pretty confident about what he's doing. I think, yeah, I'm excited for him. So I have a feeling that he's going to be on. Like Samson might miss it a little bit. It's never guaranteed with Samson because we've seen him going like prejudging looking one way and finals looking a bit different. It's a 2-day show. But the same can be said for Hardy too, because everyone's like, Hardy, if he looked like how he did at the Arnold at the Olympia, he would have won. And it's like, yeah, probably would have. But the thing about that is as well, people forget about the Arnold UK Hardy. That was definitely not as good.
No.
It was definitely not as good. And Samson was dramatically better. Like that was a somewhat closer show.
It was closer, but Hattie still.
Yeah, I agree. Hardy
I
was still
just
definitely better.
don't see Hattie losing to Samson.
Hardy has
I know what
done
you
this
mean.
song and dance with Hani Rambod many times. Samson has never done this song and dance with his current protocol coach and with Marlenka. Not to this extent. Marlenka brought him into Romania very shortly after the Olympia where he was already in shape. They haven't done this before.
That didn't.
That's the
Yeah, that
answer
didn't. That didn't prove
for-
anything. That didn't prove anything.
And to me, Andrew has done preps with Chris Aceto, and they've yet to bring him condition from all areas. And to me, I think, Kinston, I think I'd take less offense, as if I'm offended, but it's all good fun. But I would,
This is all in
I would
good fun,
take,
of course.
I would take less offense if Andrew and Samson were close to each other, because to me they're so similar. They're going to place beside each other if Andrew has his best day. So to me, like going shot for shot, how is Andrew so much better? Because now you've moved Samson potentially in your 6th place. How is Samson that further behind Andrew? Is it all speculation, or are you ignoring shot for shot and it's just simply about you not believing in Samson yet? Or shot for shot, you do think Andrew does enough to place ahead of Samson?
Samson's shape 100% can stand next to Andrew Jack. I am questioning if Samson will come in conditioned enough. If Samson comes in conditioned, no question, right past Hunter Labrada, right past Nick Walker, because he just has better shape. In the majority of the shots, he wins against those two guys. So I would put him in 4th if he shows up in crazy shape. Yeah.
If Arnold UK Samson showed up, not the most stellar condition, he could still do more, but the best we've seen him. But he's been able to do something similar at the Prague Pro, so he's done it about twice. Can UK Samson beat Texas Pro Andrew in your mind?
That would be a good matchup. I say.
Okay, well let's go for the shots. Let's go for the shots. Front double. Let Andrew.
Andrew's getting both front, I'll say, even though it is
but-
close.
Dylan, you haven't done this video.
I have it. I'm sitting on this one.
This is Andrew Jack versus Samson, did you say?
stewing.
Which version?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yes. No.
UK
2024
Samson.
Texas, and then 2024 Arnold UK Hottie. So front
Not
double.
Hottie.
Oh,
Samson.
Hottie.
I keep saying Hottie. It's Andrew. It's Andrew.
Okay,
Andrew and
front
Samson.
front double, Andrew.
Okay, but I think it is important to note Samson is. I don't want to use the word close, but
He is.
he's pretty damn good. Like, I get it. Like, on a margin scale,
Sure. I don't
Yeah,
disagree
okay.
with that.
and then side chest.
Samson.
Yes.
Notes.
Side try.
Close.
Side try, as long as Andrew hits a true
Samson.
side try.
Samson's
It
midsection.
depends.
That's a weird one.
It depends on if Samson has his midsection pulled right up and he
He doesn't
keeps
like
that
to.
in
He doesn't
Well,
like you in that
Andrew-
pose.
all day. I think it's the
Andrew
way
has a
his
side
hips
try.
sit. I was actually going to mention this to Samson too, but I know that the hard thing is, like, I see things and I'm like, Samson's my friend, and I want to say, like, hey, pull your ass back. It's even sometimes, but the flexibility of these guys too, because sometimes you say, yeah, just do this, and I've said it to guys before. They're like, I actually physically can't. They're like, I'm stretching, I'm trying to get in those positions, I can't. And I'm like,
Well, Andrew looks pretty
you're
awkward.
actually trying.
Andrew
Sorry?
does look pretty awkward in his traditional side try. He looks like he
Yeah.
lacks mobility just as much as Samson.
It's close.
Depends on if he sits on that leg too, because it's
yeah.
like I'm watching Andrew hit that side tricep and side chest. I'm like, lean down on it, man. Like,
It's more of a transition for him. He's going straight to that front try thing that he wants to do.
He'll get marked down. He will.
I'll
So,
go with
as long as he hits the
Samson
side-
because of the
the side
side
one
leg.
enough.
I'll go with Samson because of the
I
leg.
think,
His leg
Andrew
from
will
the
be a
side
little
is
soft on the
very
side leg.
impressive.
Andrew
I give
misses
Samson
hamstrings
all the
too.
both. I give Samson both back shots. Back double vote is close.
I think the rear last
condition.
better be the
Back
closer
double in the
one.
lineup.
It's the condition that gets me. I think every picture that I looked at the two, Samson's that much drier, and they're similar.
Kenson, would you have
Hammies.
Andrew winning any of the back shots?
No, not. I wouldn't. His back itself could beat him if he was just as
Yeah,
dry.
I think-
He actually
I-
is better.
If the conditioning is there, which I think I know what you're saying about the progression of Andrew working with Chris Aceto and with Psycho Lewis, but they've been through it now where they have brought in a full version of Andrew. Then they brought in the conditioned version of Andrew that we saw at the 2023 ultra conditioned. And then the Texas Pro, they found that balance. And I think that they're tweaking again to find that level of conditioning and balance. And I think that's what's going to bring to the Olympia. It's a tried, tested, and true team that can continually make progress. So I think that Andrew will beat Samson in the back double.
Well,
Does
Aceto
he
said as well.
currently?
He said Andrew will have 5 more pounds of muscle at the Olympia. He said he'll be bigger. He said
Chris
because
did
he's
say
locked
that,
in
yeah.
now. So it sounds like, and he's like, he wasn't rested before. And Chris said at last year's Olympia, where Andrew placed 5th, he said, and Andrew looked shit at that Olympia. And he said, oh, he didn't look shit, but
No, he
sort
was
of did.
conditioned to hell. Like he was super he was stringy looking, but he was super
But
conditioned.
the thing is, at last year's Olympia, like if Chris is saying Andrew was crap there, like, and he's saying that people don't.
That's right.
I don't think people are realizing how good this Texas Pro Andrew was because it was way bigger. And I think once we put him in that Olympia lineup, between Hardy and between Derek, I think that can win. I think it can win this year, and because he's locked in.
Xavier, you see, this is why we're friends. You see,
Kenson, before I don't want to speculate, but purely version to version, who would you have? Virgin to virgin here. We're talking, you know.
I have fathered my children, bud. My boy's 7.
Is that
He
true?
starts grade 1 tomorrow.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
Rear double.
Dylan, you son of a gun.
Anyway, rear double. Who is winning
He's
that
a
between
fucking
those?
spitting image of me, bud. I'll show you
versions.
pictures. There's no denying it.
Hung like his old man.
Who's winning the rear double between Texas Pro and Samson at the Arnold UK?
Fuck off.
Exactly. Samson wins that. It's so easy. It's so easy.
No. Look, it's certainly comparable. There's no question it's going to be close. And after our conversation, Dylan, with all of these considered, I will say that I would say, as I said before, my predictions would change. And I think that I would bump Samson up maybe a place or two, as of right now.
Okay.
We'll see.
To me, I will ask you a question. Have you seen the version of Andrew you want? Has he ticked every box for you yet?
No.
And has
lower
Samson
body
ticked more?
conditioning.
Has Samson ticked more? In my opinion, he has.
I'd say Samson has impressed me more with his improvements.
He's also more complete.
I just think that the uncertain, and I know I keep going back to it, but it is the sticking point for me. The team is untested at this level. On the Olympia stage,
fair.
I just don't know. So I cannot say with confidence that it will show up to be his best. It's an untested team of people that don't necessarily have the experience of what others have. Hani Rambods and Chris Acetos that have worked with these people before on this level. It's a sticking point. And maybe it's improper to say. Maybe they do have the formula figured out and they do nail it. That's possible too. They take Milos's information versus what they've learned, the notes that they have, because it is all experience. It's not like it's completely not like Samson's been there, Marlinka has been there. But it is just a huge sticking point. The protocol can make or break. You know? One thing.
Yeah.
One wrong move. Make or break. I don't know this guy. Who's doing this protocol? Never heard of him.
In other words, Brandon Curry's in 10th?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I don't think 10th, no.
I am very interested to hear Xavier's. I know I say Xavier. Xavier's predictions.
Xavier.
I like the X. The X.
My full predictions for the Olympia?
Yes, every single placing.
Just all 20.
No, just
I'll save some for
just
my-
fifth. I prefer you rank just a little, just so I can get your ideas. I'm interested what you think.
Okay,
Not
I
like
think
concrete.
I think Andrew.
Final-
I'm picking Andrew Jack to win because it was either going to pick probably Derek or Andrew.
When the Olympics?
What?
Yeah.
What are you
Andrew's gonna
smoking?
win it, man?
I love this guy, man. I do.
Marijuana? Of course not.
That helps.
Never. But yeah, I'm picking Andrew to win.
Look
Why?
at
I
Dylan. Dylan
think
is
that-
literally going to have a heart attack.
There's 4 guys I think that are just like mash them into a bowl and you can pull them out in any order and you go, yeah, I can see how that could happen. The only thing is with Hardy, everyone, I think, because I knew if Derek or Hardy does the Arnold, whoever does it, everyone is going to have a massive boner for them doing the Olympia. And they're all going to predict them to win. So I knew whoever won that Arnold, whether it was Samson or Hardy, everyone was going to love them for the Olympia win. And now I saw a poll up the other day. Someone put it up. I can't remember who it was. And it was like nearly 50%, or maybe it's 50% of people saying Hardy to win out of those 4 options. So more people are predicting Hardy over everyone. But my thing is, I'm like, I think Andrew was so good that even if Andrew had 5 more pounds of muscle at that Texas Pro, I think people still would have said, oh, yeah, but still would have the same opinion they have now, nearly. So I think that he's going to look so crazy on the Olympia stage with that. He's 15 pounds up from last year's Olympia. That's a lot. And if he's in the same condition, 15 pounds, and Cicherillo said he's going to have another 5 pounds. So what, 20 pounds up? And in the same or better condition? It's like, I don't know. I just don't think that anyone can stand next to that and look truly massive because of Andrew's presence. But I think every time he's been on the Olympia stage, there's been something that's gone wrong. Like he was really sick for one of them. And then the other one, some shit went wrong. And he had, Aceto said he had a lot of drama to deal with. He couldn't, back home and all that sort of stuff for last year's Olympia. He couldn't be fully locked in. He said he's fully locked in for this one. He said he'll be 5 pounds bigger. He's like, and Aceto's like, he's not having his kids stay with him in Vegas for the Olympia because he's like, he said to Dave, he said, because we're trying to win the Olympia. Like, and he's like locked in serious. I'm like, this is like when he coached Roden to the Olympia. Same team, Aceto and Psycho. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that's a freaking cool story. If Andrew wins it, it would be like poetic, you know what I mean? Because Roden won the Olympia with that same team in, 18? And then, or 19 or whatever it was. And then he obviously lost, was kept out of the Olympia and then eventually lost his life, which is so tragic. But for Chris to come back and win an Olympia, like, that would be an epic story. But then if Samson wins it, what an epic story that would be,
Who do you have in second then?
I have Samson in second.
Okay.
Because I think Samson's going to bring his best. I think Andrew's going to bring his best. I think Derek will bring something similar to last year because he came in really good last year in terms of conditioning. But I could see Derek should be the favourite. So I'm saying that should be the favourite, but I have him in third, then Hardy in fourth. So Hardy haters come on. I mean, I'm the Hardy hater. Hardy fans come on.
He will have you
my Lord
blocked or something.
What is this list? And then what's your fifth? Nick? Hunter?
This is a tough one because I'm like Nick, Marty, or Hunter. Because
thank
Marty
God. Martin's my dad.
Ridiculous. He's your dad? Okay, yeah. He's my brother, so...
this is...
weird.
So that makes David your uncle.
David your uncle.
Love it.
Anyway,
Marks, what do you think about the pure atrocity we just heard?
I'll say Nick Walker.
What, the uncle and stuff, or Samson in second and Andrew in first? And
This prediction. This is like a dream. It's like a nightmare for me. Martin has more of a chance to win the Olympia than Andrew Jacked.
Oh, really? Actually, if you want to talk crazy and you want to be serious about it, I think Hunter Labrada could win the Olympia.
I'm down for that.
Hunter,
I'm down for that.
Hunter looks insane.
Yes.
Hunter is insane right now.
And they like his physique. He has placed higher than people think he should have, so it could happen again.
The problem I have in terms of giving him the win, two things. The midsection, it's better, but it is not what Andrews is. It is not what Hardy's is. It is not what Samson has a little distension, but it's not what Samson is. It's not going to be anywhere close. And I know that's one thing, but it is like a centerpiece.
Samson's midsection's kind of...
Can be.
Yeah, especially at the arm.
I think this year it will be better. But
no, I'm bullish on
still,
Hunter.
I don't know. And there's a pec tear as well. But I think Hunter is going to look sick, and I think he'll be top 5 and then not have the controversy when he placed 4th last time. That's what I want for Hunter. I want him to get 4th or 5th and people to go that was Hunter's best and he deserved that placing because, man, it sucks for him. Getting off the Olympia stage, getting 4th, he would be so pumped, and then just to cop it until he stands on stage again. That sucks, a bit, you know what I mean? Because it's like I get that he might have got a gift, but it still would be a lot to. It's like when Jay lost the Olympia, won the Olympia against Victor. He hated it. He was out in Australia, and you could tell he was not maybe enjoying it. You know what I mean? He was nah. And he's gave his speeches on stage and everyone's sort of the same feeling. Same with Ronnie. He came out the year he lost the Olympia, 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
You could tell he probably just wanted to get home and be like, fuck this shit. You know,
That's how I felt after listening to that list. What a list. So you had Nick,
It's incredible.
Hottie, Derek, Samson, Andrew. What an interesting list. I don't think I've stumbled across the list that interesting, actually.
does anyone think Samson can win the Olympia? So you think he can? Does anyone think Andrew can win the Olympia?
Sure.
Man, yes, I do.
I absolutely think he can. I absolutely think he can.
anything can happen, but
Does anyone think Hardy? Does anyone think Hardy can? Does anyone think Derek can? I think
Yes.
all those guys have
I
more
think- I
chance
think
of winning
Hardy
the
will.
Olympia.
I think it's Hardy Derek.
Well, I think all those guys have more chance of winning the Olympia this year than anyone gave Sean Roden the chance to win the Olympia the year he won.
Nobody did because he placed terrible 17.
No one. And we're giving all these
And
guys.
same thing
all
with
of us,
Ramrod in
giving away
2020.
Martin is coming. Martin is coming. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Nobody thought Ramy or even had Ramy
Martin
in
is
the
coming.
radar.
Martin is coming. It's going to be great.
Martin is coming. It's going to be so good. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. It'll be in your eyes. He will be first place. It will be. And I'm going to say, Dad, you did so well. And he's going to say, thank you, son. And then he's going to take his enormous lats and fly us home. And then we're going to fly over Australia, and I'm going to say to Xavier, I told you so, get out of here with that Andrew Jack shit, and then I'll go back home and live happily ever after. And then we'll do it again for the second year.
See, now I've been Team Martin, and now I'm Team Andrew. See what's going on here? You know, I've been all of a sudden classed.
Well, Xavier, I did a two-way comparison with Andrew and Martin. Take a look. You should take a look, even if you just skim through it and look at the slides. Even if you just skim through and look at the slides.
I understand Martin wins more shots.
Oh, man.
Does he? Back
He does.
double, back lat. Yeah.
Yes.
He wins side chest. He wins side try.
Yes.
Most muscular.
Yes.
And Andrew wins the other three.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh, Josh, I
that's
haven't
how
heard-
I'd have it too. But I
haven't heard
think
your
it might be
predictions.
different maybe going forward. I don't know.
I think it will be. Andrew's
think
going to be really big on stage.
It will be different.
I think the ones Andrew and Martin has got those shots way better, but I think Andrew potentially has the best front double in the world, potentially has the best ab and thigh in the world, and has a very good front lap. So it's like those three shots really mess people up.
Yep.
And he's most muscular, I think, will look more impressive between.
He's just
those
got to
Olympia
figure something
guys
out.
this
He's
year.
got to figure something
Yeah.
out for the most muscular.
He's got to think the Olympia stuff out.
I like the
Fun
hands-on
fa-
hip one that he does. I
Fun,
think that's
fun
Oh,
fact,
with
though,
most muscular.
Mark's Max Muscle had Nick Walker predicted to win the 2023 Olympia.
Well, after 2022, I don't think that was a dumb prediction.
no.
But you do now.
I think the Nick we were getting in 2023 could have been minimum where he placed in 2022, so third, or up to win.
He would have won.
I think I had him in second.
Derek prayed that he would tear a hamstring, and it worked.
And it worked. Brother Derek
Hey,
won.
Well, actually, I get ahead of myself. It was the combination of Derek and Hattie, both of their prayers to get rid of Nick, and
Yes.
combination.
Right.
Does any of you guys think that, because after that Olympia, people were saying that, Nick would have won the Olympia. I don't personally think so, and that's not hate on Nick at all. It's just that I think Derek was actually really good. Like, I don't know.
To make it interesting, I said he would have. Just to make it
Yeah.
interesting, people are like, "Oh yeah, he would have if he had been there." It's like, well, you don't.
I think
I
he
think
could
he
have,
had a very
yeah.
good chance.
Agreed.
Easily had a very good chance. Like I'm talking above 50%.
I think Derek has to do something with his midsection.
Yeah, there's a lot missing.
It looks
There's a lot
soft
missing.
to the touch. It looks soft to
Yeah.
the touch. You know what I mean?
Chest too, arms too.
It shouldn't look soft to the touch, though.
The quads did at some pictures and maybe finals or prejudging more. I can't remember which one. The
He
quads
looked better in
could
the
have been
finals.
sharper.
He looked
Okay.
way better in the finals.
Yeah, it's just
Now,
he
I
needs.
normally skim Derek's videos, but for the posing footage and stuff to put into videos. But with the training, does he train abs directly often? Does anyone know?
all the time, abs and calves all the time.
Does he do does he do them heavy or what? Because that's actually, he looks like he has a physique where he smashes everything and doesn't hit his abs often. But I have seen him hit abs, so I was like,
No,
Okay,
he
he's
hits it
not
quite
back,
often.
That's for sure.
Got to hit
He
them
hits-
every day.
Yeah, no, Hani, and knowing Hani, I think they're like every other day type of people when it comes to this. That's the coaching from Hani, if I remember correctly. And Derek is he's always training calves and abs, always. Not like calves, pretty heavy actually. I've seen that, but abs, I think he's. Don't quote me on this, but I've not seen anything that like sticks out to me as like, damn, why is he full stacking? The ab crunch machine. I've seen. He just says I train abs all the time.
Should do light abs.
I just think with Derek and Hardy as well, they're both so phenomenal, but they both have or can have a bit of a weakness. So Derek is like the conditioning through the shoulders, the chest, the midsection. And then with Hardy, it's like sometimes the conditioning at the back, just a little bit smooth over it. If he doesn't nail it like the Arnold Classic, he can be, miss the mark a little bit. I mean, if Andrew comes in his all-time best, better than Texas, 4 pounds bigger, 3 pounds bigger even, and hard, like Andrew, if he comes in hard from the back, it's like that can, I think, be comparable enough and then win those other shots.
Xavier, I will agree with you. If Andrew was a better bodybuilder, he could probably win the Olympia.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan, you just want your dad to win so that he can take his winnings and take you to Disneyland, okay?
Oh, man, it would be great. It would be great. I wouldn't even need to ride anything else because my dad is already there. But anyway, I think Martin realistically doesn't have a chance. I say that, I think he will be, I think 6th on the absolute best day on some of these other guys' worst would be possible. Yep. I have him 7th or 8th, realistically.
Beirut.
Beirut would be...
Make it there.
Beirut would be 6th.
He could if he was there, sure.
He changed the lineup too. He changes the lineup because he's a different type of thing. He's a different type of thing. He's like hottie, but also a little of Andrew. It's a very interesting physique, a very good physique. Yeah. So it's going to be a shame because I guarantee he won't be there, unfortunately. But I think hot take, maybe not really. Beirut's potential to be top 5.
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't think so yet.
That I like that.
You said you don't think so yet?
I don't think the legs are there enough yet. I like the taper's insane though. Like
neither
Roy
are
comes out
Brandon's.
from the waist and the big
The
arms.
conditioning is nuts.
Conditioning's nuts, yeah, but I just
Crazy.
don't know if he's top 5 yet.
To me, it would just be
considering who's there.
Yeah, it'd be very difficult. I would say Beirut's outside of 7th would be insane. I wouldn't expect that. So I would say 6th, 5th. Those are great placings. I just don't think he's going to be I think he could beat. I don't know about this year. I think an older version of Hunter he could have beat. I think an off version of Brandon like last year. If he does something similar, Beirut could beat him. Beirut is to me, he's just an upgraded version of Andrew. You trade a very good back for slightly worse legs, at least quads. From the side and rear, Beirut does have incredibly good legs.
Glutes
so you're saying Beirut can beat one of Hunter, Nick... He has to beat all of, theoretically, if we put top 4 there. Hunter, Nick... Hunter Labrada, Nick Walker, Martin Fitzwater. I suppose, yeah, you're saying he beats those 3 guys.
I think anyone outside of the top 5 he can beat, I think that'd be the easiest path, would be Andrew.
No.
And we are all sleeping on Brandon Curry. It's just such a I have no idea where to put the dude. Is he on his way out? I actually don't think so. I really don't. I think 2023 was a fluke. 2022 was a poor approach. He tried to play the size game and he got it, but it was just a poor package. I think he could have done something better. So I don't think he's out. I just think he needs. I just don't know what he's bringing.
Yeah.
If it's
we'll get some more updates from him next week.
If it's even 2021 Olympia, he could be I would say still an end to the top 5. 2021 was a respectable year.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I think Jay was talking on his show that he thought that Curry would get overlooked this year. I think
he could. I think judges are at this point when there's so much new talent. I think judges will be more apt to look over him, look over all the older guys, just because there's new, fresh things out on exactly. There's more guys to choose from. they couldn't overlook him too much because he had a lot of what they wanted, but now there's guys that have what they want.
Yep.
True.
And then, Josh, I'm very interested to hear. I've heard Mark's, and I just want to make fun of Kenson, but what are your predictions?
Well, you'll have to wait until next week because
Oh!
we hit the 3-hour mark, and I have to get up in 6.5 hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you dropped a message before. I'm like, yeah, you need to go.
That was probably 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
What he means
Yeah.
is he doesn't want to listen to any more of your shit, Dylan.
He does.
I was tired coming into this. Now I'm just delusional.
Not
I'm
not
like,
as delusional as some of these other.
Put Samson in
these
first.
other
Like,
folks.
I'm just like I'm fading.
Samson in first makes a lot more sense than what Andrew.
This makes for excellent conversation between now and the Olympia, and I really, truly do appreciate everybody's opinion here. Minus Dylan.
Oh, it's fun.
Great.
But yeah.
Likewise.
Most fun I've had before I lead up to the Olympia.
thing, does anyone want to take like a bet to make it interesting somewhat? And I'm saying like
Ooh.
if
I don't-
you take because Andrew is not the favorite. Andrew is not the favorite, so it's like you can take Hardy and I don't know. You take Hardy, Nick Walker, Hunter Labrada, and I don't know, a bunch of guys, and then I'll take Samson and Andrew Jacked and Derek Lunsford.
No.
Like a
Anyone take
fantasy
Hardy
league.
and the rest of the group? Yeah, I get 3. I'll take Samson, Andrew Jacked. So they're not favoured to win, and then Derek, and then someone else can take Hardy, Hunter Labrada, Nick Walker. Hardy's good.
That's
I
like
would
a-
be betting on
Derek, because
Hardy,
that's gonna
but
be
I
one
would
and two.
not be
No
betting
problem.
on Hunter.
No.
No, he doesn't have to win. But what I'm saying is, whoever wins the Olympia out of like you got that group.
What do you call that thing?
It's almost like a fantasy league.
Yeah, do
Yeah, except it only counts for the winner.
Okay.
Whoever has the
So
winner.
if anyone gets the winner right, that's the most important part. We'll have to assign
So who would-
point tier.
Yeah, I
What
think we should
grouping would
tweak
someone
the.
take?
We'll do
I'll
it
take
like
Andrew
golf.
and Derek, and you
You
can
get
take the
first,
field.
You get 1 point, and then the lowest point wins.
I just want a straight bet for the win. With someone.
Okay.
I'll take
wild.
Tony O'Burton, Brandon Curry.
We should do match bets. We should do like I'll pick like if you think that Beirut's probably won't show up. Just say like Hunter versus Nick Walker, and I say $50 down, and I say I don't know. Just say I think Hunter's going to win out of those two, and you think Nick Walker, and we say okay, match bets, and we just put a bunch of match bets on because it'll probably balance out like. If you put $50 or $20 or whatever down to make it
Yeah, that's
interesting,
what you think.
and then we can
someone's
just tally it at the end.
$600 to somebody.
I
just
like
with a
that
few
idea.
guys,
We
like
can each
3,
pick
4
like
match bets.
three, four,
Here's-
5
here's
pairs.
$2. I'll bet $2.
We can just make the bet. You know, something like
That's a toonie.
I think I got some dilly bars for Dairy Queen, those little coins. I think
You
I
ever
got
see a
those
black
things.
toonie? Kenson, you ever see a black toonie?
I like the idea of picking
I can't say I have.
matches.
Put in water once.
We can have tiers as well. Like
There's black
a
toonies.
tier of guys is you have to put up more money, and then a tier of lower guys, you know, it's like $5-10 or
Yeah.
something.
First call,
Oh,
second call.
look at this.
Australian money.
Here comes
You know what we call this one?
All right.
Well,
Well,
we should tweak this and
find
find
out.
out. We can find something.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know down below what your guys' thoughts are on the betting
what the
for
fuck?
the
Oh.
Olympia.
Can we oil up?
Oh,
Can we what?
It's
Can we
all
oil
that
up?
funny looking
Can we oil up
confetti
the what?
up here
The
in
money?
Canada. You
No,
got
oil.
red,
No,
green.
like loser maybe has to oil up.
Oh, do a
oil
do
up.
like a
Wait,
Dwayne
wait,
Johnson
wait.
pose
I was.
down.
Loser has to oil up.
And
Dylan's
then-
getting
Oil up if
weird.
you're going to enter the invitation anyway.
Loser has to oil up.
and just nothing but glute shots.
I don't even know what that means, to be honest. I
I'm
don't.
wearing pants, okay? Like, fuck.
To get oiled up.
Not for long. But those picks.
I don't think I packed my posing
these
trunks.
pants are
I have to
staying
go
out,
buy a
bud.
new pair.
So I'll take. I lost a bet
can
once,
get
and I wore my posing trunk. No, was it me? No, it was one of my friends. We had a bet, so we played like FIFA, and whoever lost out of the four of us, like we put money in. Whoever won got the money, and then whoever lost had to wear my posing trunks and jump in my pool in the middle of winter because we were all like
That's hot.
drinking, and this is when I was younger. But
a trend
yeah, that was good
nowadays.
fun.
It's good for your
Not like
Huh?
now. Sober as a judge over there.
Sober as a yeah. Sober as a yeah.
Yeah, I say we
sober.
just we'll introduce it to the chat, and I think we can bounce some ideas off, and we should get not just the 5 of us involved. I think we have other names to make it even more exciting, and that way, the bet could be $5, $10, $20 max, but because we have so many people, it's the pot is bigger.
Bring it up on your next bodybuilding breakdown. See if anyone wants to hop in. And Mark, you don't do any shows, so
he's a longtime guest on the Project Bodybuilding
on everyone
podcast.
else's stuff.
Resident guest.
I just donate my time.
Yep. And Xavier, you can ask Martin and Dasha and whoever else.
If you could
their
please tell
predictions
Martin to DM me.
I could get a hold of Bob. I could ask Dad. My dad.
Tell if he could just say hi, son, it would make my day.
I'm not going to do that. Hey Martin, you're 5 weeks out from Olympia. Can you please message say hi, son? He's going to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Leave me alone."
I'm his biggest fan.
I like his new bald look, though. I will say that. And Hunter's bald.
Oh no, Cap.
The Hunter with the headband.
I'm not bald.
He traded the hat for the headband.
No, not
He's going bald. Bald.
Yeah, no, Martin.
I like the Al Beckles balding look.
Oh, you're saying Martin's bald? I thought you meant me, like bald, like without a cap on.
No, Martin was going bald. I'm a little thin up there too, I'm gonna hide that over with my long hair here.
See, I've got grey here. This is my problem, being 35. That's grey, and it makes it look thin, and it makes it look like it goes back further. So I've got
that's what the ladies love. That's what the ladies
nothing
love.
compared to the snow. I got a lot of snow. But just because there's a little snow on the roof doesn't mean there's not a log in the fire.
Oh.
That sounds like you're constipated.
There is a log in the fire.
I ate broccoli. I ate lots of broccoli today, so I'm all right.
There is a log in the cabin.
Exactly.
All right, gentlemen.
I don't have.
Sarge, get to sleep.
Yeah, let me get to sleep.
Yeah. Stay on for 1 second after you finish recording as well. Just 1 second.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another episode here on BNN with my amazing panel here. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll definitely do a follow-up next week as we will be creeping in on, is it 5 weeks next week?
5 weeks this Friday, I believe.
5 weeks this Friday.
Day or two. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.